how fucking great that game is to other people.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Should be live right now. So if you want to talk AC like right now, that's fine.
All right, I'm just waiting for it to come up on my screen because
Yeah.
I like to have I like to have the little stream thing up so I can see the latency and stuff. But it's still saying it's waiting. Let's see if refreshing the page works. You sure it's up?
Oh wait, just rebooted. Okay. Alright, let me see on my end on another. Let me check my phone. The thing just started up again. And it's like live 16, 17.
Yeah, here it
It's
is.
Yeah,
it's up
okay.
for me now.
It's up now, okay. Because I just clicked it. It probably took a second for it to catch up. Alright.
The stream's on, hooray.
Alright.
Cool.
As I was talking about, I've recently been playing Assassin's Creed, the very first one, recently. And it is very fucking interesting. It's both very clunky and very in depth. It's very clear that it was like when they were just trying to figure out what the series was going to be.
Mhm.
It doesn't have a lot of the hallmarks of the later games, like the soundtrack. Before they got in Ezio's Kid and all that stuff.
Hey, hello there. I missed the ping. What's up?
Hey, yeah, Marshall was just talking
we're
about
just
Assassin's Creed for a minute.
Sorry. Just continue, Marshall.
like one of the combat tracks that plays all the time in Assassin's Creed 1. It doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. It honestly more
Really?
reminds me of the Predator soundtrack. You know, the
You mean like the chase scene? Like the chase music? Like when you kill someone and you have to leave, like that theme?
yeah,
Really?
or
I
no,
I gotta
like
I gotta
same
disagree with
like
you on that.
if I knew what the name of the specific song was, uh, I played all the time when I started fights in the kingdom. You know, the hub area. Uh, but yeah, it reminds me more of like Predator than Assassin's Creed, and that's just the soundtrack. The gameplay, uh, it is so much more in depth. Like the eavesdropping in let's say Assassin's Creed 4 is literally just following someone and staying within a certain reach of them.
Yeah.
It's fucking boring. Let's
Yeah.
all be honest.
Yeah, that's the
But
worst part, yeah.
in like Assassin's Creed, the first one, you have to find the perfect spot where you're not too close, not too far, and then you eavesdrop when you're like sitting on a bench and blending into a crowd, and that's how you get information. And when you get the information, it actually fucking contributes to the actual assassination you do, instead of just being some prerequisite mission.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Your gain is like all the way up. I can hear the chair suffering.
Yeah, I'm using my good mic.
Uh,
can you hear that?
Yeah, I was adjusting it last night, so hold on. Adjust everything. Good.
Yeah, it's better.
So what are we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Assassin's Creed right now.
Okay, Alexa, stop. Okay. Yeah, no, it's very stupid that Assassin's Creed.
no, not just Shadows just yet. Marcel's talking about the original game. We're leading up to that, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me go grab my food. I'll be right back. Sorry.
I haven't beaten Assassin's Creed 1 yet. I just got to the second batch of contracts. I completed the first 3 and then they send you the next 3.
Oh, so you're at the very beginning still.
And I find it very interesting that in that first game, you could choose the order in which you do the assassinations, yet there's still like apparently a canonical time frame from which they happen, which is pretty interesting. Kind of I don't know how I feel about it. It kind of reminds me of the later games when they put in the fucking, you know, AC Odyssey RPG shit, but this time it feels like it makes a bit more sense. As
Question: does that actually, affect the campaign or anything of the sort, or I don't know, gives you a bonus if you do them in correct order, or just no?
no, in the first Assassin's Creed game, the stated reason why you can jump between each contract and do them how in whatever order you want is because the memories are like so far back that you kind of just have to bounce between them in order to gradually unlock the next set of memories. Uh, Kind of like like a ball of knots. Like you gradually have to undo a knot here, undo a knot here, to eventually get the full line. Which is a very odd mechanic, but it's very internally consistent. I'd say it doesn't do the AC Odyssey thing where you literally just make shit up and go from there, which goes against the lore
Yeah.
of the Animus.
Yeah.
Well, that helps the narrative. In
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah, funny enough, I think White Light did a really good job of breaking down like the basics and mechanics of that game, and also the parkour aspects of Assassin's Creed, and also illustrates just how shit Ubisoft is at tutorials, because like the stuff they overly focus on isn't like really like the stuff that you could otherwise do, like the stuff like you didn't know you could do, like vaulting over like certain beams and poles and stuff like that you can only do in the first game. They don't even show you like you can do that. Like this was discovered like years later on down the line. Like there's a lot like what you said, Marshall, earlier, that there's a lot of in-depth stuff in regards to the game. It's just poorly illustrated by Ubisoft's terrible tutorial and decision making. But it is cool seeing like where that game leads up. And honestly, like my personal favorite is Brotherhood because I think it has the best blend of the mix. But it's awesome seeing like the bricks that were laid out in one being exponentially constructed and built over in two. So I like.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vincent. You want to go ahead?
Like I said, my favorite is Black Flag because it is the pirate one, but that one honestly has one of the best parkour systems besides Unity. Unity has the best flow mechanic of the parkour system.
Unity
I like
is
how
good.
Sad Black Flag makes me.
Yeah. Unity is good when it's modded, because that game is still in such a state. You definitely need to mod it and update it to the point where it's actually decent and playable. Because I've seen different mods and stuff like that. I've seen
playable for me on my PlayStation.
Everything's playable for you on your PlayStation, Vincent. But like the mods do help out and show what game that it could have been at launch. But I don't know how you would say Black Flag has the best parkour system, because it's just 3's parkour system. And honestly, like,
the reason why I say 4 has the best is because after 4 they switched it up to the more flow mechanic of running up and down, while 4 brought back the puzzle mechanic. It was still the puzzle mechanic of the parkour system.
I remember playing AC Unity. I believe it was around the time that the DLC for it came out. Something about Kings.
The Tomb of Kings.
Tomb of Kings, yeah.
I remember going over to a friend's house because he had AC Unity on it. And I was like, "Ooh, it's the new Assassin's Creed game. I want to see what's up with this." And I was like, "Oh, cool! You can fucking create your own outfits." And then I realized that there was like in-game currencies and stuff, and that like the stats really helped out in making sure that you didn't suck ass in the game. And I'm like, this is not fun.
Yeah, I did like that, the aspect of creating your own Arno and all that with the different armor sets, the different abilities with each armor and all that. But yeah, you can upgrade them with normal money and all that once you do the theater and you just max that out, just wait like I would say like an hour and 20 minutes, and there you go. You get max money.
It was very exploitative. It was insanely exploitative. How you can just do like certain heists and certain like co-op like missions over and over again. Like I remember like when I first got the game, I broke it immediately because I had pretty much like infinite currency within the game, making like giving me no incentive to use my actual like cash, which is insane. How that was actually a thing that they did in the game. Like they did not like QA that shit like at all. They clearly put the microtransactions in just because it was ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
I
Hold on.
only played it
use
for like
bathroom.
1 day, so I didn't really get that far in it. I believe the farthest I got was I don't know which one is farther in the game. Is either the one where you like kill the guy through the confessional, or when you meet Arno's girlfriend. Whichever one is further, that's how far I got.
So that's like pretty early into the game, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Unity is very, very basic, story-wise. Like if the cars were different, I do think there could have been a good franchise, good set of games out of that one. Instead, like leaning things over to Syndicate, which I thought was okay. I think the Fry Twins were neat, but like I kind of wish that they leaned in more into the Assassin's Creed stealth aspect that Unity tried to do. Because I do think that game could have done a bit of a better job had it just been ironed out. And as well as like Arno's character being very standard pro tag, which really sucks. Because
I
like,
will say, Unity is gorgeous as a game,
yeah, it is.
but you know, good visuals can only carry you so fucking far.
Yeah, I think
Like,
yeah. I think the coolest part of that game isn't even that game itself, it's the fact that Rogue does tie into it, and at the very end of Rogue, you Shay kills Arno's father, which is kind of cool. So
Which is a really good plot twist and all that, because recently I beat Rogue and all that, and I was like, oh yeah, this ties into Unity and all that, and I can't believe I 100%ed Rogue.
it's
I
okay.
have no life.
It's decent, honestly.
I find it kind of scummy how Unity and Rogue are tied when it was sort of like sold as one being for one console generation and the other being entirely on another one. So if you were like some guy on the PS3 and you wanted to see like where Rogue led into, you had to buy a $400 shitbox or whatever it was. Whatever the price was on launch.
It was like 400, yeah. Like Xbox was like 500.
Yeah, those prices in that generation back then, they were kind of unfair.
That's only like PS4 generation. Like PS5, that got even worse.
That is worse.
Yeah, thank the fucking scalper. I've seen the prices. I'm never buying a console like
I am never confirming nor denying how much money I spent.
Of course.
Okay.
I bought one of those mini PS2s for like $50 once. It's pretty good.
I still have my fat PS2.
I think I have a PS2 here somewhere, but I don't remember. It's been too long. I must have just used it to play Dragon Ball Game and Crash Twinsanity, because it didn't have many games.
Ratchet and Clank?
Speaking of 6th gen console generation, the PS3 came out around 2006.
Yep.
And you can tell that Assassin's Creed 1 was in development in the age of the 6th generation console because it has some of those limitations. Like, if you stay around the foliage in Assassin's Creed 1, you'll notice that it just doesn't move. It doesn't like sway in the wind or anything, because that was like part of the limitations of the console generation it was being built in the era of. And if I remember correctly, Assassin's Creed 1 could have been a PS2 game, but the PS3 console generation was coming up, and so it was being built for that, even though they didn't really know. that it could handle a lot more than what they were throwing at it.
You're not too far off, Marshall. Like, I don't know if you already know this already, but it's like kind of well known in gaming sphere that Assassin's Creed started out as a spin-off to Prince of Persia, and Prince of Persia is a PlayStation 2 game, and you can see like early builds that are out there like online and stuff like that. That it later it soon turned into its own thing.
I knew it was a product of Prince of Persia, but I never really. I don't know. Was it a like successor game, or was Prince of Persia killed to make Assassin's Creed? What happened there?
So the Prince of Persia game, Siege of Two Thrones, which was the last one released on the PS2, did not make as much money as Ubisoft was hoping. So while they were developing the next one, they said, "Hey, let's make this about let's make this Assassin's Creed game and see if we go there." And they just basically tweaked everything around. Bada bing, bada boom. 15 years later, you're gonna have to spend $130 for your soul.
Or I could just not buy the newest Assassin's Creed game. Ever thought of that one, Frogs?
No.
I mean, I have played every single Assassin's Creed game.
Jeez, man. How many are there?
You
Like
should
what?
have spent your
13?
time better and your money better.
13 and okay, so we have the first batch, Ezio Trilogy, that's 3. Plus 1, that's 4.
The Ezio Trilogy, the remaster for 3, Black Flag, Odyssey, Rogue, Origins, Syndicate, Unity, Far Cry, Freedom Cry, Liberations, the DS version of Assassin's Creed,
I played that.
I have 2. And then Mirage, which I have, which actually Mirage is pretty good.
Don't ask questions, just consume product.
Okay, dude, like I understand you keep saying that, but I enjoyed, like I said, I'm not buying the new Assassin's Creeds or I'm buying any more Ubisoft games because that's fucking ridiculous. Mirage was only like $40 when I got it.
Oh, you guys, I found the hidden Assassin's Creed game, the best one. I'm gonna post it in private text chat. This is the true one for the true gamers.
The Assassin.
Segregation.
Not gonna lie, what in like? Do you think a Vietnam Assassin's Creed game could work, or is that too
No.
modern?
Depends upon what
no,
era of
okay,
Vietnam we're
okay.
actually talking about. And Assassin's Creed has always been like a historical, like epic, like series.
Okay, I'm tired of
Maybe
people
like
saying
early
this.
Vietnam War, like 65,
Nah,
I guess.
I don't think the 60 could actually work.
Hold on,
No,
guys.
you
The
know
latest
what?
Assassin's Creed that takes place in our timeline is Assassin's Creed Russia, which takes place during the World War II, where you play as a Russian assassin with a gun.
Yeah.
No, it takes place like on the tail end of World War One.
Yeah,
No,
that.
Oh,
War
the
II.
Russian Civil War?
I was
Yeah,
about to suggest,
like-
honestly, the most modern I could think Assassin's Creed could go would just be First World War, possibly somewhere around either the beginning or tail end of World War One, because still get a lot of melee combat, weapons are still pretty clunky, and something more of a fallback thing you can rely to, and it's still something that there's still some good ambiance and all cool stuff like that.
Something Assassin's Creed. I have an opinion on.
Okay, we're
I
both
don't
wrong.
think-
Long. Sorry. Russian Creed chronicles Russia is set in the 20th Soviet Russia after the math of October Revolution of 1970.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
What?
was about to
Oh yeah,
ask-
17.
yeah, I was
Uh,
about to
But
ask, when exactly did this thing take place? 'Cause,
Uh,
You were
uh,
saying, Marshall?
something of an Assassin's Creed opinion of mine is Assassin's Creed can really take place in the modern day, like in the way that it can take place in Renaissance Italy, or, for example. I think it could take place in the future, and I think it can take place before World War II. But like modern day, it just be terrorism. Let's be honest.
It would
The
just be,
assassins
it's
have
Watch
never been
Dogs.
the guys in power.
It's Watch Dogs. It's. Yeah.
Would it be
Right.
more
It's
like
Watch Dogs.
Hitman?
Okay. Here's a good idea. We do Assassin's Creed Vietnam, but you play as a Viet Cong.
No.
Nah. Honestly, have it be
The
Marsoc.
Vietnam is too contentious a war, and there's like just so much around it.
Yeah, fair
To
enough.
try and place the assassins on either side would be a bit fucking sacrilege. Let's be honest, because everyone did horrible shit in that war.
I
Yeah.
mean, in
Unless we're
Assassin's
going-
Creed Unity, you play in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. You play as Jacob Frey's daughter, who takes place during World War II, if I remember correctly. And yeah, the Nazis were the Templars. They literally said that. So, you know what? Fuck it.
I don't like Syndicate. I heard that apparently one of the allies of the Assassin's Creed is fucking Karl Marx.
Yeah, Karl Marx. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, man. With how shit's going on these modern days, I don't think it's gonna go without a lot of Tommy Fillatan thing.
We saw that with Far Cry 6.
Speaking of like just general Ubisoft writing these past couple of years, the only plot they can seem to think of is people rising up against an oppressor. You see that a lot with the modern Assassin's Creed titles.
Oh
like
yeah.
in the trailers for AC Shadows, they talk about the assassins throwing off the oppressors in feudal Japan. In
Also a Watch
Far
Dogs
Cry
Legion.
6, in Far Cry 6, you're throwing off an oppressive government. In Skull and Bones, the pirates talk about oppressors and colonizers. Can you guys not come up with any other fucking plot lines?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they're French.
oh wait, so Watch Dogs Legion, same deal, but also Ghost Recon Breakpoint. You are trying to help resistance fighters fight off a PMC.
Okay. That's not also true. The PMC was also an ex-ghost from Wildlands and all that. It's more complicated than you help rebels
Well,
fight
they're a
off.
PMC who, okay, they're kind of
Took
weird.
over-
Where
The PMC took over a private industry who was trying to make technology that will help and better people's life. The private military group literally says, "No, you're making weapons of war." All right.
still they're technically an oppressive group, and you are helping rebels fight them off as you can activate the special rebel event. Plus, also Operation Motherland, where Motherland's just outright like Russian PMC.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna throw this out here just because I want to slap Ubisoft with my dick. But Skyrim did the oppressors plot better because in that game you can choose to either go with the Empire or the Resistance fighters in the form of the Stormcloaks, and neither side is really wholly right or wholly wrong.
Stormcloaks is right because Jarl.
The Stormcloaks
Ulfric.
are right because their armor looks better.
No, the
Yeah,
reason
fair
why
enough.
there's light is because the Jarl challenged the High King to a duel and he won. No one was expecting him to use the Thrum.
Thum.
I will admit the Thum is a dirty trick, but there's nothing in the rulebook that says it can't be used.
Exactly, and then by honor, the Stormcloaks are correct. It should be Ulfric Stormcloak. He should be the High King because he won the duel. That's how it works.
I should be High King because I can throw a Skyrim guard the hardest.
Phew.
I mean, your Thrum becomes so powerful you can vaporize a man and turn him into ash.
Yeah.
Ulfric Stormcloak shouted a man apart. Yeah, I disintegrated a man with my voice.
Ulfric Stormcloak shouted a man apart. Yeah, I killed a dragon with a fork.
You're not the same.
I carry this entire nation's GDP in my pocket. The fuck you mean I can't be Jarl?
Yeah.
You committed crimes somewhere, perhaps. How do you know? It's my job to know.
You're
From you stole that flower.
You're not getting past this loading screen.
Oh, God,
Dude, what the fuck did...
I
the fuck did you
made
do
a
all-
great fucking meme. Put that guy's video recently. Let me see if I can fucking pull it up.
Man, I really need to play the Elder Scrolls games. Like, it's been a hot minute. I need to actually.
Zim, I'm gonna need you to back up facts that Ulfric Stormcloak was not a plant by the Thalmor. He
I
hates the Thalmor. He's racist.
Dear
Extremely.
Patrician TV, he in his 20-hour Skyrim review, actually made a great point for why Ulfric Stormcloak being a plant might be just bullshit.
It doesn't make any sense.
Does he press to Pel? Did he say the Pelennor didn't do enough? That is enough racism for my tastes.
You mean the white cord I wiped with my ass?
It's not enough racism for my taste. I want my elves to be more racist. Look, if my fucking elf doesn't hurl gray back and scale back every fucking other word, I want him out. Not my elf.
You don't get it. Total mere death. I do not wish these elves to live in my lands.
Oh, you guys are gonna hate me, but I did something with my Alexa years ago. Listen to this. Alexa, intruder alert.
Oh lord.
Skyrim belongs to the North.
I hate you. I hate you.
Let those fucking knife ears try you.
Hey,
I think
Dragon
my
Age.
favorite-
Oh my
I
god.
think my favorite fucking Alexa mod is those people who
Alexa,
hook up their
stop.
Alexa to those talking fish, you know, the singing fish thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are always the best, especially when they sync up the lips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd. I did that.
Yeah, you're an absolute giant fucking nerd, and I would love you for that.
Just the
Just
part
imagine the ATF breaks down my door and all they hear is battle music from Skyrim, and I'm kind of running out with a sword.
Ba-bum, 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 bum, ba-bum.
King, Dovahking, Dada Singles Fayin, Dovakai, Dovahkun, Dada Singles Fayin.
They're not even singing it right.
Y'all,
Speak the language of Dova.
y'all have any expectations for Elder Scrolls 6 whenever that's gonna come out?
No,
really?
It's playable.
no.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's right. It needs to be playable. But knowing standards of Bethesda, it's not.
It's probably going to be the first terabyte of the game.
It just works. I guess to like close out the Assassin's Creed point, because we technically didn't do that, but like it is kind of sad to where the franchise actually went.
Yeah.
Like it still irks me and pisses me off that and I know I mentioned this before in one other stream, but it still pisses me off that Juno was literally killed off in a fucking comic book, and that any potential of Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, I think Far Cry also kind of share the same universe, but it is confirmed that Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed share the same universe because they're they're
Assassin's
mentioned.
Creed Black Flag mentions that the one guy, the French guy of Asturgo, got assassinated
by Aiden Pierce. Aiden Pierce,
yeah,
yeah.
Aiden.
Aiden Pierce actually killed him, yeah.
I fucking remember back around 2016, I was playing a lot of Assassin's Creed 4 and Watch Dogs, and I remember killing a guy in Watch Dogs, and it's like, his name reminds me of something. And then, like, fucking 2 years later, I'm watching Watch Dogs lore on YouTube, and then someone pulls out the thing of, like, did you know that you assassinated a character from Assassin's Creed 4 in Watch Dogs? So, like, oh, no way. Fucking 14-year-old me started swordjacking and coming in my pants. It was awesome.
Yeah, too bad they don't do anything with that, sadly enough, though. Like, it's just oh, they share the same universe, that's it. Like, okay. That's a damn shame.
And Juno getting killed, I remember, wasn't Juno like a big part of the ending of Assassin's Creed 4? Because like Juno was going to come back or whatever?
Exactly, they were hinting at that. She was actually, like, in the comics, she was actually getting like a different clone body and stuff like that, and almost immediately gets killed. Like the character that we've been building
by
up to
Desmond's
be the big
son.
Yeah, like it wasn't Desmond, it was like some other chick. Desmond's son's in the comic.
Desmond's son.
Fuck off. It was like Desmond's son's in the comic, he's a sage. It was some other character. But that whole thing's a mess. Like the fact that you built up this villain and you do not follow up on that and kill her off somewhere else and like external material, that's ridiculous. Now, I have a bit of a hot take. I enjoy Origins, but the fact that that game doesn't even follow, like, well, technically, to start out was like what was it, Syndicate? Like, no, Unity on doesn't follow any of the storylines from the previous games at all. You know, Origins seemed like they were like veering back, but in actuality, it was just veering off even more so, which really sucks because I actually like that game to an extent, or at least I like its narrative to an extent. Its gameplay, I think, has soured on me as time progressed because had I known where it was going to lead up to, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much as I did when I first played it. But by its storyline, I do like a lot, and I do like the origin story of the assassins. But yeah, it's the game's falling piss on that and piss on the games that came before it. It's a damn shame, and I'll end my point there.
I heard apparently one of the big reveals in the game Mirage was that apparently the modern day in Assassin's Creed now is in like some far off post-apocalyptic future. What the fuck are they doing with this franchise?
No, Mirage hasn't hinted to anything of the future Creed.
'Cause
Mirage based Marshall.
I remember
have played the
seeing.
game. I have played.
I remember seeing something about like one of the reveals that like hints at that apparently is a like Wi-Fi tower in the desert that's like buried in sand or something.
You sure it
Trying
wasn't
to-
more? You sure it wasn't more of a deep cut thing, a la Planet of the Apes?
Okay,
I don't
Marshall,
know.
to answer your question about that, yeah, there was a Wi-Fi tower in the middle of the desert. That's it. That's it.
That's
We
the
don't-
joke.
That's all it shows. It didn't show anything else. It just showed the Wi-Fi tower in the desert. And then those fucking guys spurged on the internet were like, "Oh my god, does this mean the dystopian future was right?" No, like we don't know. Like it just literally showed a Wi-Fi tower in the desert. That's it.
It
And
could-
apparently that location was where the original Creed in Mirage was. That was the hint of,
Hmm. This is what happens when you don't give your stories the proper endings they deserve.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you hire a group of all trans individuals, non-diversity people, because all the brain rot they get from hormonal therapy and all that shit destroys them. And now they think that Yusuke was a samurai. In reality, he was a retainer. And yes, I understand people saying that the retainer armor in feudal Japan was given to samurais, but not all retainers were samurai. Yusuke, as much as people spurg about this, literally tried to go into battle to save Oda Nobunaga's life, and he was denied battle service. He has no battle record, nothing to indicate that he wielded a sword. All he was just a showman for Nobunaga who carried his swords around. That's it.
Look, I'm not going to disagree with you about certain people getting into games and media and making it about stupid shit that doesn't make any fucking sense. But I will say my previous point about not giving stories proper endings. We wouldn't be up to the point where we have stuff like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Shadows that just fucking shits all over the franchise if the franchise had been allowed to have a proper ending in the first place. Like a personal favorite of mine, The Walking Dead. The show is fucking garbage because they just refuse to give it an ending.
Or follow the comics.
Yeah.
But like
to be fair,
we already had that.
Those comics also went on too long.
Yeah, we had that discussion.
The exact same problem.
We had that discussion already, like what, a year ago?
Yeah.
It was an hour-long video.
Hour at like two and a
One
half.
of the founding problems in a lot of media today is people just refuse to let a story end.
And
Jojo.
honestly, I get it. Like, but honestly, like after the death of Nobunaga, Yusuke was literally kicked out of Japan. Dude was there for only 15 months. That's it. And
Only how
on-
many? 15 years?
15 months.
Oh, it's not barely a year.
Over a year, Alex. A year and 3 months.
Oh, excuse me. Not 100%, but I understand. Still not that much time to even dare to become a samurai.
Yeah, no.
I feel sorry for Yosuke. He led a genuinely interesting life, and now he's just a fucking mouthpiece for assholes who don't give a shit about him.
Yeah.
Honestly, his life was he followed Obunaga around because Obunaga found him interesting. They literally, one thing that happened was Oda demanded him to strip down and scrub his skin until it was raw to see if he inked himself to be that dark.
Yeah. Then.
Like I said, he lived an interesting life.
Yeah.
Just imagine this Japanese warlord comes over and is like, "You there, man, strip. Okay, now scrub. Scrub real hard."
Black man.
It puts
We
the
don't have
lotion on
those.
its skin, or it gets the hose again.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
And the thing is, we don't even know his name was Yosuke. That was just the name Oda called him.
Yeah.
Rapaloba Nagabill.
But yeah, no, honestly, they should have just stuck to the female ninja and all that shit and has Yosuke as like a main antagonist who was learning to be a samurai. That would have been fine. But no, they have to do. Oh, guys don't want to play as females in video games, trope. No. I love playing as females in video games. I like staring at something cute, okay? And also,
Gave them that idea in the first
fucking
place.
feminist, Anita Sarkeesian and all those shits, the zombie unicorn, all that goes, men are sexist. They don't like women in video games. No, we love women in video games. Some of the most popular female video game characters are female.
What? You mean popular
If I
video game
may-
characters?
If I may
Popular-
sidetrack this sidetrack, I love how a lot of historical ninja stuff was literally either people hiding in crappers to stab people up the ass or just setting their houses on fire. That's how a lot of ninjas back in the day used to work. That's just what they did.
Yeah. Poisons and that type of stuff.
Yeah, just
They're using a lot of gardening tools, apparently.
they used a lot of farming tools and all that and gave them more heft and all that. Like the kuruma was a Japanese rice cutting thing that helped to cut the bamboo shoots of the rice and all that. But then the one that we think of with the ball and chain, the chain was added to add extra heft to it because of the samurai armor. The kunai was used for a digging tool and cutting the roots up.
It was more of a gouge. You can also use the gouge thing, because
Yeah.
I know a bit about woodworking. That thing's good for gouging.
Oh yeah, it is.
And if it's good that for wood, you can imagine how does that for skin,
Oh, yeah.
flesh, and bone.
Like I said, and a very interesting thing if you guys want to look up, it's called the Assassin's Teapot. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah, I've seen that thing.
I must remember how they literally used eggs and used to fill them with either magnesium or flour powder to literally use them as
And
smoke.
chili powder.
Yep, they can either use that to blind people or just literally create like a small smoke bomb or a flash.
Yeah, it was a flash thing to disorient them. And
The
then,
chili powder egg must be the fucking ancestor of Dale Gribble's pocket sand.
Who didn't
pocket
say
chili.
Who didn't say they were carrying little sand in their pockets?
Yeah,
The
they would. Yeah,
panic
yeah. Ninjas would carry a little bit of sand in their pocket, just throw it in people's face. It's a legit tactic. I have done that.
Dale Gribble is the ninja of Arlington.
I don't know who you are, but Orama Shinderu.
Anyways, you guys want to move on to another topic?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if this one's gonna be quick for me, honestly, though, the Watchmen thing, though. To answer your question, Trent, not only do I think Watchmen is severely overrated, I genuinely have grown to absolutely despise it in a lot of ways. Like, I do not like Alan Moore at all. I do not like him. I do not like his philosophy. I do not respect his beliefs at all. I am getting really sick and tired of how, like, a lot of people have given Watchmen a pass in regards to basically being practically patient zero to a lot of the shit we see nowadays. Like
Yeah,
I was well aware to
yeah.
all the shit that was going, like to all the characters, like Rorschach being a parody of Mr. A and The Question. I was well aware of all that before Tal's video. And like it's just as time progressed more and more, I just get more and more infuriated with Alan Moore's work and just how like there's not a good a person in Watchmen, there like, and how Ozymandias in his mind is correct that genocide is correct to do that to ensure world peace, which is just hilarious. And how even though Watchmen was meant to be one story, every single sequel, adaptation, whatever of Watchmen, whether that be the TV show, whether it be Doomsday Clock, always portrays on Ozymandias' plan to falling apart. Like people like immediately realized that his plan was built on a lie in Doomsday Clock, and in the Watchmen TV show, there is a stupid Ku Klux Klan Neo gang running around killing cops. So we all know that how that turned out. But like, and it's just something that I find absolutely hilarious. And how, and I hopefully whenever I get to this with my video that I plan on doing, but that's later down the line, is making a comparison to Incredibles, and how the big irony is that Incredibles has been criticized for being Ayn Rand propaganda, which is, I think, it's accidental.
What?
It has been this is very old, but like you can look into this. But I think this is accidental because Brad Bird is obviously liberal. Like this is the same guy who made Iron Giant.
Iron Giant.
Iron
too.
Giant
Yeah.
was very anti-gun, anti-war. Incredibles.
He was anti-war. I don't see it being anti-gun.
Gun bad. Don't
Yes,
fall.
you
Like
have the hunters.
you had the
but
hunter
not
scene.
really.
You're not a gun. Like that type of thing. I love Iron Giant, but that type of shit is where I'm like, okay, no, shut the hell up. But like,
The deer scene was more about death. It was more about the death. It wasn't really about the guns. Guns were simply a tool used to create death.
I mean, it was anti-weapon. It was like, but like that's besides the
Fair
point, though.
enough.
It was mostly just illustrating that Brad Bird isn't exactly a right-wing individual. In that Incredibles just accidental in terms of its possibly being Ayn Rand philosophy, which it has aspects of
Yeah, I
Atlas
looked it up
Shrugged.
now. That's
It
funny.
has aspects of that. But the funny thing is that Incredibles does mirror aspects of Watchmen, and that the heroes are made illegal, and that there is a sense of reality to it. Like Ellen straight up tells her kids when they're on the island, like, hey, you know those guys that you see on cartoons, like the bad guys and stuff like that? These guys are not like those guys. They will kill you if they have the chance. There is death. Death has a consequence. Like the iconic No Cape scene where she's breaking down all the heroes who die on accident because of capes like that. Which, funny enough, like how of a one
Can we also
hero in Watchmen. I'm sorry, let me get to my point before I just need to get this
I also
out.
want to state something. In the deleted scenes of Incredibles, there was supposed to be a pilot there who helped Helen get on the island, who was supposed to die in the crash.
Josh, I forgot his name, but yeah, like the person she calls, but I forgot his name. It was either Pete or someone. I forgot. He left the company. I forgot the guy who loves to wear Hawaiian shirts. They booted him off, but he suggested that Helen be the one flying it because it made her a better character, which it did. Honestly, I mean, I'm in that middle zone, to be honest. Incredibles has a lot of deleted content in it, but like, to get back to my point, like death has a consequence, and that like it's like people accidentally dying from capes. Funny enough, like a character from Watchmen also dies from his cape getting snagged, and he ends up getting shot. So like, this isn't like some golden age like super war where no one dies, everything's miraculously safe. It's like, no, like there is consequence, there is danger. Like even though like the incident that pretty much kicked everything off, like caused a lot of like Mr. Incredible caused a lot of injuries to happen, and like, and he got sued, and a bunch of other heroes got sued afterwards. It created a domino effect. There's also the scene where he throws his boss across like the hallway, all through those walls and stuff like that. And Dicker,
I mean, his boss was really fucking tiny.
yeah, you go okay, the policy. But
As I have stated millions of times, Bar, quit goning.
I love the fucking voiceovers where they make it where fucking Mr. Incredible's a Chad, and the boss is like the stereotypical Jew, and the fucking It's just so fucking weird.
God damn it. Okay, let me get back to my point before we go super sidetracked here. But like Dicker's scene, and this proves why that Pixar, the best of Pixar, like ages. When it gets better as you get older, because like the stuff Dicker talks about, like money, 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 money. Like when you're a kid, you think that's a funny scene. When you're an adult, you're like, wow, he's actually breaking down like actual like things that Parr does, because Rob has done this several times. Like we have to pay the company quiet, we have to pay damages, we have to erase memories. Every time it gets harder, money, 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 money. We can't keep doing this, Bob. Like Incredibles, as much of it is a Pixar movie, a Disney movie, it is embedded in the real world to an extent. A fantastical version of it, but still a real world in a way. So kind of in a way, it is kind of like a I wouldn't say Mark Millar type comic, but you kind of know what I mean, where it's like, oh, superheroes, but there's real consequences. It's kind of similar to like Invincible and stuff like that, if you get my meaning. Now, the reason why I say it's different from Watchmen is the fact that, one, the heroes are illegal, but the difference is the heroes in Watchmen make the world worse. Ozymandias, the actual antagonist of the story, wins, and everything, or at least seemingly everything he does, gets covered up. And the one character who has somewhat a semblance of morals is actually the real villain in Malamor's eyes, and a massive parody from a semi right-wing objectivist like writer and character, Steve Ditko and his characters and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Incredible is the exact opposite. The heroes make the world a better place. Then there's also moments of that, even though they're powerful, they're still human. Like we all know the scene where they touch back down on the city, where Rob and Ellen are actually arguing. It's like, what is this, a big workout for you? Like, what is this? Like, hey, we gotta stick together. And he just finally breaks down and holds her and says, I cannot lose you again. And then, like, that is another example of that. Like, that is how you do a human superhero done correctly. And you get to the very end of that film, like we see the Underminer, which Incredibles 2 is not canon. Revenge of the Underminer, that's Incredibles 2. That video game, that's Incredibles 2. The heroes come back, none of that Saul Goodman shit. But like, and what we see at the end of the film, the entire family has their mask on, and Parr opens his chest. It like, just like Clark Kent when he turns into Superman, Robert Parr turns to the Mr. Incredible, and then end credits. The heroes are back. The golden age of heroes are back. The world is a better place for it. And
his last line's like, "It's showtime."
It's showtime.
Yeah, but wouldn't that case be a silver age if we're going by the sort of?
You know what I mean, Alex. It is technically silver age, but you know what I mean. The age of
No,
heroes
I
have
would
come
say,
again.
I wouldn't say silver age. I would say a new age.
A new age.
I'm just bullshitting here. Just
The new age of heroes started with the return of the Incredibles and all that, because you got Jack, Violet, Dash, the teleporting chick.
Yeah.
That's Incredibles too.
I mean, there's some good concept buried in there. The problem is it's Incredible 2. You can salvage some aspects, but it's Incredible 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like Incredibles is the best version of Watchmen you're gonna get, because the heroes are actually the good guys. This isn't some allegory or some crap like off of insane commie fear-mongering bullshit that was the original graphic novel. And I'm so fucking done with
Communist
Alan Moore's
gobbledygook.
communist gobbledygook. I'm so done with Alan Moore shit, and I hate to say this, I agree with Razor Fist. That comic is super overrated, and Alan Moore is just a fucking lunatic. You're happy I made your character a person who's not someone radioactive. Yeah, go ahead.
I need you to listen. You're getting angry over an old drug addict who thinks he's a wizard who talks to John Constantine.
He thinks he's a serpent wizard, and
Don't waste your time on Alan Moore.
I'm the one who should be talking to Constantine, you asshole!
Speaking about Constantine, I watched the Constantine movie where he's stuck in the house. Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you watched that.
is there a Constantine movie?
There's
Yeah,
several.
okay.
There's several.
There's the latest one. It continues off like the latest Justice League War of Apocalypse.
Apocalypse
where-
War, and it actually ties into that because Constantine
little
got Flash to
spoiler,
change time, and he's
a
locked in
little
the house.
spoiler. He Constantine cast a magical spell on Flash to reverse the paradox, cause another Flashpoint. Constantine was taken out of that universe by was it Stage?
The Spectre.
This is Spectre, and basically he was like, "Hey, the universe wants to kill you because of what you did. I'm going to put you in the house with everyone you love, and basically that's going to be your punishment. Is I'm going to protect you because what you did was great. The universe doesn't like it because if Constantine wasn't be able to like, I don't deserve this, all this redemption. He was being killed so many times. He finally snapped and escaped the house." And apparently, because of that, the universe found him and basically made it where Constantine will now go to every single dying world and be there to witness the end of a universe, like the world and all that. So that's how come in that in one Justice League movie, that old man who's like, "I've seen it all," and he starts casting magic. That's Constantine.
Ain't that some?
I haven't seen any of the more recent stuff as of late.
Oh,
to be
it is worth it, Lone. Like
I've
holy
seen the house one. I just not seen anything DC has done recently, so I don't really know the state of Constantine, animated Constantine as he is right now. But
He
yeah,
is a
Yeah, but-
broken man.
yeah. Well,
Like-
he'll be back. He'll be okay.
No, like the universe has cursed him to be wandering the dying worlds.
It's John
He can't
Constantine. He'll break it. He'll break it. He'll break it. He'll
just-
bullshit. He always does this. Go ahead, Marshall. I'm sorry.
I've heard a story of some guy who cosplayed as John Constantine for a convention, but he accidentally cosplayed John Constantine, drifter hobo style way too hard, and the security thought he was actually just some fucking drug addict drifter and wouldn't let him in.
Aw.
Oh, yeah. Oh yes. Speaking about Constantine, I got a London Fog trench coat that is John Constantine's coat. I'm going to be cosplaying.
There you go, my man. The only thing I want out of Constantine is just more Etrigan. I like Etrigan in his poetic ways. He's
Yeah.
cool.
Justice League Dark stuff. That's cool.
I just want more of my big demon spiting rhymes and slaying shit with a sword. I like it. It's like their own version of the Hulk.
Lone, can I pick out a topic from the list?
Oh yeah, go
Uh,
ahead. Like I'm
you-
done with my
okay.
Watchmen rant. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Knock yourself out.
Okay.
Morgan Spurlock, the supersize me guy.
Yep.
Didn't he die of cancer?
I never watched anything about Super Size Me because I never knew about this shit. So I am
It's an American thing.
figured out.
Uh,
Feel the euro pour up on this one.
A dumbass vegan with like alcohol issues decides to eat nothing but McDonald's for a month straight, and like really bad McDonald's every meal of every day for a month straight, and then he ends up dying at 53. And somehow that's very insightful into the fast food industry.
No,
Technically
okay,
it's not.
okay, so-
Technically it's not. Like Morgan wasn't
so-
poor health even before he did that shit.
Yeah, and the thing is, Super Size Me came out like years ago, like early 2000. So they're saying,
2005.
oh, correlate. Yeah, 2005, and saying, oh, correlation, then all this is like, dude died of cancer. Like, yeah, he was a very fit like man who basically, yeah, he was a vegan and all that, but he wasn't, like, I am gonna abstain and all this. But the thing is, the reason why he did Supersize Me was to show that American kids back then, to show, yes, you can lose this weight. That's what he did. The reason why he didn't finish Supersize Me was because it was fucking with his mental health.
That's a little bullshit.
Have you
Eh.
not?
Morgan
I
Spurlock
remember-
lied. Morgan Spurlock fucking lied.
My mom really loves his documentary, and anytime I try to talk to her about it, it's kind of like politics. She just has her opinions and it's not changing. Can't stand the subject, or she'll just get upset.
Yeah. Yeah, like Tao mentioned this on his stream, but I was well aware of this, but I didn't watch it. Fathead. It's a counter documentary done by a comedian, and this came out like back in 2009. And actually, funny enough, in retrospect, it is kind of based at the end, because he actually breaks down not just how Morgan Spurlock was pretty much lying throughout that documentary, but also brings out other like issues within like smart food, you know what I mean, about like different calories and knowing how like in different like food types and the stuff they recommend to you, like the food pyramid. Now I was so already aware how the food pyramid's pretty much bullshit, because like a pizza can literally fit that, and we all know that's not entirely healthy. So like,
And they're saying that
Hey.
sugar isn't necessary in the body and all
Hey,
that,
I
when
c-
it literally is, when it's glucose. The body needs
exactly.
fucking
I can
energy.
I can eat pizza for 15 days straight and only have a little bit of blood in my shit lung. So you know what? It's the healthiest fucking thing out there.
You have
I mean,
high
you're eating
metabolism.
Domino's.
You have high metabolism. But yeah, like Fathead breaks that down a lot, and this was before Morgan Spurlock talked about his alcoholism. Now he did talk about him basically dating a vegan chef, which basically made him vegan, and not only that, but also like the rapid weight gain he had, he could have easily like lost that amount of time that it took. It took him way too long to lose it, and so they thought like he talked with some other experts and said, yeah, that's kind of suspicious, and then as of time progressed, and other people have pointed this out as well, is that no, this was his alcoholism. It was alcohol withdrawal that he was suffering from. It wasn't depression. It wasn't addiction. It wasn't all this stuff. It was straight up alcohol withdrawal, because he was drinking like a fish at since age 13. And like the actual dude who did like Fathead did the same thing he did. And like, yeah, I feel fine, dude. Like, I didn't feel any of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, so definitely there was some bullshit going on there. And it also points out how funny it is how he like, hey, why are we making these fast food joints look completely evil, but literally say nothing about these other like people literally enforcing like certain like parameters on them like almost all the time.
Yeah.
Like it straight up points out like all the stuff that's enforced and stuff like that. It's like, oh hey, who's the people who told you to change up your diet and tells you to eat foods that technically aren't really good for you, that but actually but they lie to you and say they are good for you? Your government. Who actually changed these parameters? Your government. And says such and such.
Don't trust the government?
Your government.
Who says don't trust the government? The government.
Yeah, yeah, like
That's doozy. But also, Lone Super Sesame came out on May 7th, 2004.
oh, 2004. That was 2005.
Yeah. Also, as a guy who has literally a master's degrees in culinary arts, the most important things that you need in your daily intake is no more than 2,000 calories. Yes, that is on average. Some people need more, some people need less. So about 2,000. Just adjust for your parameters of metabolism. High protein intake, high carbohydrates, glucose, omega-3 fatty acids. So like red meat, chicken, fish, greens like vegetables and all that, but don't get the frozen vegetables, because the frozen vegetables actually lose more nutrition than the fresh ones that you just walk up and pick.
You can tell. You can tell.
Yeah,
You can tell.
I can notice.
You
I
can eat healthy with grocery from the food, yes, but it is better to find a farmer's market, because those guys are fucking OG.
I live in a place where where I have a lot of food markets like that, but you gotta go look for the one who have the right prices, because some of them kind of get dickish. Like, I've been there, and I wish.
Oh, I have to.
And
We
I
got
wish
some Mennonite communities around here, and they sell a lot of stuff. They got like wide varieties of jams and honeys.
Oh yeah, that's great. There's a farmer market down where I live. The guy literally grows his own food and sells it right there. I bought like 2 heads of corn, and he gave me like 3 for free when I spent like $5. I was like, thank you, sir. I was like, yep, no problem. He's like, I grew too much this year. I was like, oh, thank you. So he's giving out free corn as well when you buy 2.
ain't got pigs, so don't want to get this go to waste.
Yeah, don't. He has his own pigs and all that, so he was feeding like the bad ones, the ones with corn rot on them, to the pigs, because pigs' digestive systems are fucking weird.
They eat everything.
They can eat.
Here in Italy,
Pigs
they used just feed corpses to them if they didn't want to do the whole acid thing.
Yeah, because the pig's digestive acid can break that shit down. It's very weird.
Ugh.
That scares me.
Good pig.
Feed
Yeah.
them to the pigs.
If you want to deep fry food, as much as I hate to say it, use actual animal lard because that
Mhm.
does contain nutrients that your body does need. Don't use base products like made from flour, soy, and all that. And if you get your honey from the store, always read the ingredients because if it says processed honey, that's not real honey. You just want ingredient honey.
I honestly don't think that's a problem here. We
It
get
is.
we get
It
some
is.
people here around the county that I'm in who usually just come about around 1 or 2 weeks and they just go sell some honey and that's about it. Like for me, it's no problem. I don't even consume that much honey.
Well, that's good. That's good honey. Like what I'm saying is like ingredients. Processed honey. That means the honey has gone through a process to make it look like real honey. The thing is, that honey can expire and cause botulism.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, about that.
Real honey doesn't expire. If you have like a jar of honey in your pantry and all that that looks hard and all that, just warm it up.
Mom knows because she literally grew up with a place where there was no such thing, and she knows that that kind of honey is bullshit. And I'm fairly certain here in Italy and mostly Europe, we actually have regulations for that kind of honey
Oh yeah.
because apparently here the government kind of sort of cares about the food and other stuff, which is odd to say to an American, but to a degree they care. I don't know how to explain this.
To answer Vodka question, can a pig's stomach work in a human? No. No.
No, it's a whole complete different thing. You can have pig blood and other things, but no, not organs. I'm sorry.
You can have a pig
Not
heart.
with that attitude.
Alright, sure, go ahead, Frankenstein, see how that turns out.
No, there's literally
Just
a medical
fucking
process.
shove the pig's stomach in the person until it works.
No, Alex, you don't understand. Some heart transplants are made from pig, like our pig hearts.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I mean, I've seen that scene in House where they basically use a pig like a dialysis machine.
Yeah.
But that was about it. I didn't know. I did not
Yeah,
know
that's a real
was-
thing.
about the pigs.
All this talk about pigs is giving me fucking Amnesia Machine for Pig flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
I wanna talk about another food related thing. Apparently, the chicken company are starting to do this thing where migrants can come in to towns that they build if they work at their factories. And when I saw that, the first thing that came to my mind is, okay, I guess we have coal mining towns again.
Shouldn't we call them cluck towns? Do you get it?
Cocktails.
Yeah, cluck towns.
Clock
without
you up.
Cock.
Just be careful if they don't fuck the chickens.
Oh
I don't want
boy.
a chick with an STD.
Oh boy.
Don't we all?
Can you get salmonella in your urethra? You fucked the chicken breast, didn't you? No, I was cooking while naked.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Guys, listen. The chicken breast was asking for it the way it was dressed.
That's I have
Sorry.
no word for this.
But yeah, no. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, no.
Anyways, anyone else got some statements on the man of the hour, Morgan Spurlock? That's a fucking great last name, by the way, Spurlock. Sounds like a fucking steampunk pirate.
It sounds like a new soy jack. You got Spurlock over there.
I hate you.
No, you don't. You like me, Alec.
I know. So, since I think we've said just about everything we have to say, I think we can move on to our good old boy Nick and his.
Oh,
uh,
oh.
That's a heartbreaker right there.
that is a heartbreaker.
I have no.
Lesson of the day, kids: don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Do no- And
Don't drink.
No, what started this whole downfall was the Sonic Chew medallion. Kids, don't wear random Sonic Chew medallions.
Oh, that
I
thing,
Those things are honestly fucking cursed.
that thing, like Jurst said something really funny, and now I'm like, oh damn, maybe he's not so funny. Where he said Chris Chance the Antichrist and the mark of Satan is this Sonic Chew.
Hey, he's an avatar. He's a fucking avatar of chaos. The universe bends to
The
his
time
will.
has rise, Nick Rekieta. You are now holder of the Sonic Chew medallion.
Someday, fucking Chris is going to be in a fucking Pennsylvania river, and the remains of the very first Sonic Chew medallion will coalesce into the waters and move form. He's going to lift it in the sky, and the fucking eclipse is going to come.
No, the original Sonic 2 medallion was broken. Remember that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I said the remains of it. It'll fucking reform.
No, Chris Chan's body has absorbed the original remains.
Yeah,
broke
up
You
his
guys,
ass.
you guys remember the fucking Marin's razor from Skyrim when you like make the thing come back together? It'll be like that.
No, Marshall, you don't understand. He broke that medallion and shoved
And
his
shoved it up
because-
ass.
because Shigeru Miyamoto told him. Even though,
Shigeru Miyamoto is damned us all.
damn you.
It's-
Understand
it's-
the kind of gay ops they did against Chris back in the day, before the incest arc.
Whoa, it
He
was.
never stood a fucking chance.
No,
Blue Spike should have shot him when he had the chance back in 09.
Yeah, Bob shoulda. Bob
Yeah,
really should have done.
I've watched the whole Chris Chan documentary, and I don't know what I did with my life, but it was well worth it.
You have acquired that kind of curse forbidden knowledge.
I have the fucking Eldritch knowledge of Chris Chan lore.
Christian
My
is basically
favorite part of Chris Chan lore is when he did blackface. And it's specifically because in the Geno Samuel documentary, when it's like, he's like narrating, it's like, and then Chris Chan would do something that no one would understand. And then it just fades into him dressed as a fucking Pokemon and blackface.
ain't that funny. But I must just remember the Liquid Chris saga.
Oh my! Liquid Chris got off so fucking easy. He is a doctor
Yeah.
and married and has a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
Liquid Chris dodged a fucking.
And he left us a massive impact because we know he's the real Chris Chan, while the ones we have is Ian, Edson something. Whatever.
It's so wild to me just how different Liquid Chris looks now. I put a picture of him in private text chat.
Yeah, I know he looks like a adult. He looks like like he does look like Chris Chan, but as an adult, like as it's like the timeline split, you know.
I told you, he is Liquid Chris. It's all the best parts of him. While what we have here is Solid Chris, the worst.
No, we have Venom Chris. See,
Yeah,
see,
Chris it is.
see. Original Chris Chan was Big Boss, and then his descent into madness was, I would say not Solid, more like Ocelot Chris,
Oh,
because that whole hypnosis and gene therapy, and then
Beaverson in YouTube chat said this would never happen if Billy Mays was alive, and I fucking agree. I don't know how things would change, but if Billy Mays was alive, things would be a lot better. Him and Harambe.
Steve Irwin as well.
Oh god, that hurts though.
yeah.
Fucking Daft Punk will still be around. Serge Tankian will still be singing with System of the Down.
I don't think that's much of a loss in my opinion.
I mean, he does his own music by himself, which is weird. But anyway, yeah, no, fucking. He's facing the maximum. Nick Rekieta is facing the maximum 25 years because he was caught with a drug 4 felony,
Yeah,
within firearm
within
and
firearm.
child neglect.
child neglect.
With a firearm, child neglect, fucking. Bro, what the fuck? Like,
Guy didn't want to get fucking sober and clean. He did this because he just didn't give a shit anymore.
no, I think he started doing cocaine because of the swinger thing and all that.
Oh
I
my.
remember,
Yeah.
like, I think it was last night or something. I was playing Attack on Titan 2, and I like to sometimes put on videos in the background so I can listen to them while I'm swinging around. And I put on the Almighty Lolly's JSG video, and hearing a coherent and thoughtful Nick Arcata, it just fucking broke my heart, man.
It is sobering.
If you lit a paper cut on fire, it would look like a Michael Bay movie. It's a lot more prolific than we thought it was gonna be, huh?
Yeah.
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 And you know, with like drugs and alcohol, once people start acting like that, like even when they're not drunk or high, that's when it's over. Because I think that's like permanent brain damage or whatever it is.
Yeah, like
Nick Arcata is fucked.
yeah.
What pushed? I honestly gotta ask.
Show that picture of the one stream alone where it's like we can see like holy shit he's dead.
I have the his mugshot up already on the screen if you're
Well, the mudshot doesn't really show it. It's he
yeah, it's his
looks
black
like-
it has a black eye on it, but yeah. Oh god, Jim. Oh boy.
His wife looks like she is fucking
Like
gone.
like a deer in a fucking headlights though, yeah.
I gotta ask, what the fuck happened that he got so far with the booze and drugs? What pushed him into
The whiskey and
The
rage.
whiskey and Ray, like
Right.
he kept drinking like on stream all the time, and chat would push him like and stuff like that, and he would, and the fact that he like would get only a handful of hours of sleep afterwards, and would like drive his kids off because they homeschool their kids, so they drive them off to wherever. That is just ridiculous. Like just going
Yeah,
through all the other
that's the
shit was
picture.
it's just sad and heartbreaking to watch
Yeah.
and listen to. Medicare stream, Tism, and like Quartering Bearing and Count Dankula's little podcast, like them talking about it was just sad to talk about.
Yeah, no, and they knew Nick Rekieta, so it's even worse for them.
Hmm.
A part of it
Yeah.
also comes down to the people he surrounded himself with. Because wasn't he like also being egged on by some of the streamer friends of his, like I think
Yeah.
Dick Masterson?
Dick Masterson
Yeah,
and a
Dick
few
Masterson,
others, yeah.
I'd
Those
say
those fucking school PSAs about bad influence friends, they don't fucking lie.
yeah.
All right, I'm deep underwater. The pressure here is really great. Fish swims up. You want to do some drags? All the cool kids are doing it. All the cool kids, you say?
Oh boy. That's just
This is absolutely distraughtful. Because honestly, I looked at him and thought, yeah, this guy's got a good head on his shoulder, and then this shit happens after he
Yeah.
just spent
Well,
5
yeah, just to show the picture of like him years ago, he looked happy. He was full of life. Now he looks like a fucking a Cinnabite victim.
He aged like fucking 30
Milk.
years
Yeah.
in 2 years.
yeah, he
It
did.
aged like fresh, unpasteurized milk. That's how
It's
bad
like-
he aged.
Compare the classic picture of the kid who was in World War II, where it's like him when he started out and him when it ended, and compare that to like
Come and
Nick
see.
from 2 years and Nick now, and it's like it is so much worse. Alcohol fucked that man into the dirt.
You're talking about
He
Come and
aged
See,
like
aren't you?
He aged like Flava Flav. God damn it.
Flavor Flav aged gracefully. Let's be real.
I cracked just a number on him.
No, let's be honest. Flavor Flav aged gracefully, but because of all the shit he did, like.
Yeah, all that crack.
I would trust that man with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He clean. He cool.
I fucking get like Jeremy pointed out. Let's say what you will about Quartering, but Jeremy pointed that out. It's like, Daddy and Mommy got arrested. We barely like got anything to eat. Like, who the hell's making breakfast? It's like, you got 5 fucking kids, man. None of them are mature.
And the oldest is 16.
Oldest is 16. there's also like what was it, neglect, sexual abuse, something like that on charge on the wife. So that's fucked. Like Medicare pointed that shit out big time, and like, and also fuck even Van Sciver. Also, by the way, his take, he has some gay ass shit to say.
Why? What happened?
Oh, he said, oh, those kids should just toughen up, like he doubled down. He said some gay ass shit that the kids should be on their own. Like they should like get used to that or some shit like that though. And I'm like, Ethan Van Sciver is a piece of shit, and it's been known that he's a piece of shit. So like, what the fuck ever.
And all the time he's been an internet personality, what of value has he ever fucking done?
Wrote a fucking shit.
He did that one thing that one time, one year ago.
It sucks. He did write a good like stuff on Green Lantern, but that's about it. Like he wrote like a really good character on Green Lantern. That's all I'll say. But like other than that, I'm not reading Cyberfrog, and I'm not picking anything that faggot made, because fuck him and fuck his following.
It's so sad that even Vic Mignogna is distancing himself from Vic.
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
Well, like, what can he really do with Vic now? Vic fucking ruined himself. Not just like, brand wise, but those drugs and alcohol, those fucked him up. That whatever they did to him, it's permanent now. You can just see it on him.
Yeah. And they're saying that Nick might be the reason why the lawsuit failed for Vic.
Well, because of the lawyer, he got the wrong like dude for it. Like he did fuck it up like big time though. Like that's no secret. This has been negotiated and talked about to death in the past if you go to the right channels and stuff like that. But Nick issued like the worst lawyer for that case, and the dude like waited, and like by the time it was time, like all the stuff that they could have used was pretty much like out of date. They couldn't use it anymore, and Vic ended up losing. So like
lot of legal babble. Also, the guy who was gonna the judge who's gonna be at this case was also a guy who we called called him a baby. So that's gonna go well.
Yeah.
That's gonna be quite impartial.
Mm.
There's surely not gonna be a conflict of interest here, guys. Trust me.
Sorry, that was fun. But yeah, no, it's just.
Let's just hope at least he gets clean in prison. Just
I
hope
remember.
He probably won't.
I remember a couple, like 1 or 2 years back, seeing that clip where he interviewed Kyle Rittenhouse. I believe was after the trial. He brought him onto his stream to talk, and he asked him if he knew what Futanari was. And I thought, that's funny. But now knowing the kind of shit he's been doing, I'm like, oh, that's probably a warning sign of what he was becoming.
Yeah. No.
Well, that's an odd omen. Funny at the moment, but it was just a fucking omen back then. Because I honestly don't remember everything about Kyle. It's all kind of muddled up in here. So
Kyle Rittenhouse's case was one of the big things.
I know.
That
the broad details. It's just all the interviews and all that stuff. That's the more muddled part because it was a lot.
The Rittenhouse case was what Nick Rekieta like. That and the Johnny Depp case is what he made his name off of.
Yeah, that's the big thing that really broke him off. Ever since especially the Kyle Rittenhouse, he could have written that thing into the sunset and make a good life with this. But no, he just had to fuck it up with his vices.
Yeah, it's like
he just had to screw the pooch. He just had to.
I saw a video by one of Nick Rekieta's former friends. This guy who sells anime-inspired tea. He was talking about how Nick Rekieta was falling, and he said that one of the big contributing factors was apparently like after the Johnny Depp case, a bunch of wine moms started finding his channel, and he started like pandering to them and started talking about his sex life and stuff. And I think I actually kind of remember that because, after the Rittenhouse case, I started getting into him. And was like, oh, this is a pretty fucking interesting thing to follow. And then he started getting a bunch of streams recommended to me where he would just talk about like sex stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking listen to an anime review or something.
Yeah.
As usual, wide middle class mothers ruin everything. It's always like this.
They even
White
ruined.
women, bane of society.
Wide middle class women. Let's make that distinction clear.
Just let it be known, guys, if you're into MILFs, you're sleeping with the enemy.
Ain't that right?
But look, but Marshall, the alcoholic cougar.
I know, but you have to be strong. Misato isn't real.
She wouldn't go after me. I'm almost 30.
If I learn a thing about fucking cougars from Gundam, is they're dangerous. Oh God, the creator was trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
Beware of the cougars. Oh God.
Son,
I will
dying is gay.
have to be.
Oh, so I didn't watch last Medicare stream, so
Yeah,
wanna-
that was a stream that I referenced that a few times, but yeah, like Jim sounded like legit really sad at the very end where he was talking about Nickers, where like you could have done something, you had something really good, and you fucking threw it all away. This is your legacy now. You literally could have had something here, and you fucking fell into your vices, and like what Alex said, like he fell into his vices and he fucked it all up.
God, what was Medicare a real good friend to Nick or something?
Like they did some collages here and there though, but then like like there is a clip of like Nick pretty much saying like, and he's like shit face fucking hammered, like this is recent, and because he's all fucked up, and he's all like, oh well go Medicare, why don't you just die so we can just profit off of you, and yeah, so Nick probably doesn't view Jim in high regard anymore, but Jim still has some level of he cares to a degree. He feels sorry.
I didn't watch the Medicare video or Medicare stream because I was busy with other stuff at the time. But I heard that he apparently like it was like one of those times where he cried on stream because it was just so fucking tragic for him.
He legit sounded like he was like he wasn't, I wouldn't say sobbing, but it legit sounded like he was really fucked up from it.
It was.
I don't blame him. Because Nick Cato was like, he was like a very promising guy. He was a Christian with a family. He had a job. He seemed like a very respectable guy, and he just fucking pissed it all away.
Yeah, I mean, he was also just fun to be around, and he's got that charisma and all that legal stuff.
Don't compare him to Legal. Legal is cringe.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's just, I was just
Why
trying to
would
make
you
a
do that?
comparison. It's more of an eagle, or more of an legal eagle, as in that's the terminology.
Legal eagle is cringe.
Yeah, true.
Legal Eagle is the lawyer you think of when you think of the word lawyer.
True. Never mind then.
Slippin' Jimmy.
I still need to watch Better Call Saul. I should. I'm going.
I haven't watched Breaking Bad yet because I want to watch it on disc. But the fucking the Breaking Bad they have at the local Walmart, it's in one of those fat cases that's like a fucking pain in the ass to have on the shelf.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Where's that?
You brought up Better Call Saul. Breaking Bad. Gonna break some bad.
You have to cook up some bad here instead of eat. Okay, this is getting a bit too sidetracked.
No, not really. But like, it's just a sad thing. Unless anyone wants to, anyone else got anything else to add? Because I think what we pretty much covered with Nick, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, just want to keep asking since I don't follow much Medicare because every time he fucking streams, it's like 1 a.m. or something.
There are archives. There are archives of it. You just need to look.
Yeah, just how is he? Did he actually realize he had
He
cancer?
No, what? He's always had the cancer. Like, honestly, he doesn't sound that much better to a degree, and many people are speculating that this might be his last year, but people are holding out. I'm holding out, but he does sound like shit, so yeah, but like,
I mean, I thought last year was going to be his last year. Who knows?
who knows?
Maybe he gets to live through November, or at least January. Who
He's
knows?
going to be alive until God says, okay, I want to meet you myself.
Yeah, fuck cancer, man. You know?
He's got a lot more than cancer from what I know. I remember taking a screenshot of a time where he posted all the shit he has wrong with his body. And he's got, an autoimmune disorder, fucking heart splints, osteoporosis or something. Man's fucked up. It's surprising how he's still alive.
Yeah.
And he's still, from what I hear, he's still smoking.
Yeah, he isn't.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Yep, Jim and I are no impurities in archive to stream. Other people archive it too, yeah. Of all the fucking people that get cancer, of all the fucking people. The one person who has an inkling of integrity. Nope.
Yeah. Ain't that right?
Okay, let's.
I still remember the days when I used to watch his documentary about lolcows, and especially about that kid who thought he was Amber from Danny Phantom. That guy.
Oh, yeah, that
Randy
shit.
Stair?
That was my foray into him, and how it got me to just understand the kind of crazy ass people that were on the internet before his channel was nuked off of YouTube.
Randy Stair's practice shooting video is fucking embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, couldn't
He,
even.
he shot 50 shots and only hit like 7
Two.
times.
It was like 5.
Oh god.
Brock couldn't need the broadside of a
I
forum.
tell him to turn the gun on himself, but I don't think he'd be able to hit.
Oh,
Well, just realize that he did eventually turn the gun on himself.
He probably missed a couple of times.
He fucking aims it under his chin, misses, and like only scratches his face. He has to reload the shotgun. Like, God fucking damn it!
Goes to shoot himself in the face, shoots neighbor dog across the way.
What kind of XCOM aim bullshit is this?
He had 99 hits, still
95%
missed.
chance to hit,
Even though it's right fucking there in front of you, fucking soldier. Hit, misses. Fuck. That's XCOM, baby.
Yeah, I should play it.
Anyways, another topic. Gavin
Gavin McGinnis. This month might be short, honestly, because there isn't that much to say. Just some regular dumbass pundit pretty much saying animes for pedophiles, and pretty much crashed and burned in a span of, I don't know, like a couple seconds, because everyone immediately started reposting the dildo shit and him being a retard, the F and T shit, so like all that other stuff. And it's just another case of him just being a walking embarrassment, and also just shows that political pundits are completely fucking useless and do absolutely fucking nothing. Sam High pretty much pointed out like the best that he had a lot going on when he first started out Vice, and he could have done something with that, but he ended up not being smart with it. And honestly, I think what's been said about Gavin has been said, even though I still have some things I want to say, but I'm gonna hold off for a minute and let y'all say whatever.
I mean,
That's
I still
fucking
remember.
retarded.
Yeah, I still remember about that time that a guy showed me about this. How he literally went on Nerdotic, I think it was Nerdotic. on their
Friday
stream.
Night Tights podcast, yeah, he was
Yeah,
brought
the
on.
Friday night. Yeah, he was in there. He really was trying to pull the same bullshit in there about how video games and all this thing makes you a fucking loser, incel virgin. Well, the main Friday Night Tights guy, the guy with the beard, I forgot his name.
Shad and a few other or they're all of them on the panel. Like, and I did a stream, I did a chill chat. This like almost like almost like a day or two after it happened and pretty much pointed out, hey, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Gary from Neurotic, Ryan, and several others are married and with kids. And one of them,
Yeah,
Shad, pointed out that like Shad, I think, has like 5 kids, Shadiversity, and he had one of his kids like on his lap, and Gavin literally, you can see how him kind of realizing that he was wrong, albeit he's still steadfast like a fucking jackass that entire time.
Yeah, he's literally been a jackass. But I also remember apparently one time he got so pissed, he literally got up, pissed on his desk, and walked off.
Oh yeah, I'm a little boy, something like that. Ryan did say that it may have been a Wizinator, that it may have been a fake dick, just a little prank thing. Kirsch said something funny when this all broke out recently, like with the current shit that's going on, when he said what he said about anime, and that like, how would that be a fake dick? Why would you pull a fake dick out? And I'm like,
Yeah.
But then again,
Well,
I don't believe she I don't know if she actually saw the actual clip. I think she did, but I don't think she had a good look at it. Ryan said he said he had a good look at it and said that it was fake. I, for one, have not seen the clip, nor do I want to be honest.
Studier.
Yeah,
I do not wish to see it anyway.
Yeah.
But let's just say it was real and actually humiliate him even more. It's not even that difficult for this jackass.
Yeah.
I keep a fake dick on me at all times to keep my enemies guessing.
Little tiny pee that was
honey,
so small.
It was the fake dick we had sex with.
Oh yeah.
But then JoJo's thinking 5 steps ahead, 40 chess. Trust me, bro, it's not gay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
the
gay,
guy-
guys. It's a fake dick.
Yeah.
Said the guy who shoved a fake dick up his ass. Absolutely not gay. Totally.
Yeah.
Guys,
Also-
trust me, shoving a banana up my ass and dipping my balls in boiling oil, it's all for the furtherment of the white race.
Two
See,
different sides.
by me dipping my testicles in breadcrumb and then deep frying them is an inauguration for the white nationalism.
Why the fuck do they constantly get people like this on like each of the extreme sides? Why don't they just do this?
I
Let's
don't
be
know.
honest. We need to check his hard drive. If he says anime is for pedophiles and all that, check his hard drive. He might have some lolly porn on.
Reset the fucking clock again. Reset the clock. It's always the. I'm getting.
It's always the ones who call out that has child porn on their computers.
I'm fucking tired of this. I am tired that every time somebody says lolly and anime shit is for pedophiles, every time they're either a massive sex pervert or a fucking child molester have got CP on their hard drive, if not lolly.
Yeah.
Why?
Shizzy.
Why? It just repeats itself ad astra. It's getting boring and absolutely insane.
Guys, stop it. He's already dead. You don't need to beat the horse anymore. I'll do it again.
It's like
Gavin
a
is a silly name and he should change it.
Yeah.
it's like a fucking cycle.
Yeah.
Can somebody
Every
stop-
time I hear the name Gavin, I think of that one fucking NPC from Red Dead Redemption 2 who keeps on looking for his friend Gavin.
Have you seen Gavin? He's my friend. Gavin!
Why does this pedophile end up with CP things constantly happen?
I mean,
It's
I can
maybe
count
the
as
cycle.
Vosh, fucking Kifka, who else?
Yeah, but
Because
somebody-
the anime community is still an acceptable target to the larger world, even though anime has become mainstream, because they still see it like, they did in the 90s, where it's that weird thing where they kid in the corners into it and we fucking pick on them for it.
Don't bring up
And
memories. Don't bring up
it's an
memories.
easy
I've
target.
repressed them.
Because it's different, it's weird, it doesn't follow the acceptable
Status quo.
standards. Yeah, and so a bunch of internet personalities who are already a fucking scummy people will just choose it for a target, especially if they know they have something that is unacceptable. They'll shit on this random thing to take the heat off of them. I talked about this in a fucking rant video I made a couple days ago, where people will focus on shit in the anime sphere and make a spotlight
mean
out
like
of that
what-
instead of talking
you mean
about
like what-
how
You mean like what
They'll talk about
Buchanan did?
pedophiles in the anime community instead of talking about there's pedophiles in government and schools and in massive online communities, because anime is still subconsciously a very acceptable target to most people because it's still weird.
Yeah. It is ridiculous. Like, people like, somebody's like, oh, anime's for kids and all that. So I literally put on High School DxD with them and was like, all right, you want to watch anime? Cool. We're watching this. He's like, what this is about? I was like, you'll watch it. And he's like, what the fuck? There's boobs and nudity in this. I was like, you still think it's for kids? I have worse. You want to watch Berserk? Ooh, or we could watch my favorite, Hellsing.
Or we could watch one of the original Shonen Jumps, which again, Shonens are for apparently kids and teenagers. Fist of the North Star, a fucking.
But
Oh, that's-
but the one I
that's like
posted,
80s.
I can't.
It's 80s shonen.
The one I posted was that one anime about the chick who defeats other chicks and gain their boobs as power. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was for kids. I was like, you thought. That's the problem. You thought.
Speaking of showing people anime, I've recently been getting my mom to watch Attack on Titan, and she really likes it.
Oops.
She likes all the strong female characters, though. She knows Annie, Mikasa, Rico, fucking all of them. She has
Even
a hard
Potato
time keeping track of the male characters, though, because they just don't fucking imprint on her.
Oh, don't worry, they won't last long. I just.
I keep trying to get her to, think that John, because he's one of my favorite characters. He's such a fucking cool dude, but it's just fucking. She focuses on female characters and strong female characters and all that because she's been watching a lot of fucking Netflix and those sources.
Oh, fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
Netflix has one good anime that I do continue watching: Deliciousness
It's-
in the Dungeon.
Yes, finally.
When I
was a-
say she watches Netflix, I mean she watches, stuff like Queer Eye and
Oh.
those industry shows that are made by fucking DEI people. And
Don't get me started
they've-
on
they've
Netflix and
rented on
moms.
her.
Don't
But
get me started.
hopefully
My mom
she can
watches
appreciate more than just the strong, independent women of the show.
My mom watches Korean dramas on Netflix. Her whole Netflix is filled with Korean shit. I was like, Mom, you don't even
Oh.
understand the anime. He's like, but I watch it in English. And I was like, really now? So guys, my mom, it's official. My mom's a subs over is a dubs over subs.
Wow. But I mean, yeah, I guess it's just fucking Korean soap opera. I assume with a lot of cuckolding and possibly betrayal.
Right. It's gotten to the
Uh,
point
no.
even her YouTube channel is filled with those Korean dramas. I was like, Mom,
Oh, no.
what the fuck?
Them.
Yeah.
Have you been getting a family member into any anime recently?
Me?
Shut the fuck
I
up,
was
Alex.
talking to Lone.
Shut the fuck up, Alex. On one hand, K dramas are actually pretty good. My Name is a really, really good show, and there's also that other show that came out, that boxing show. I forgot what it's called. No, I have not actually gotten anybody that I know personally in anime. Kind of, really, because like because I'm the oldest of four. I guess I'll say it like this: my sister is already into it, so there's no reason to. Funny enough, she's watching like Smiling Friends and shit like that, which is weird because she doesn't even watch Oni Play. So I remember asking her after picking up from the airport and saying, "Hey, like, why are you watching Smiling Friends? Do you know about Zach? You know about Oni Play?" She's like, "No, it was recommended to me and I watched." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's weird." But like she already like watched it.
Is she a normie?
No, not really. Like she likes a lot of David Fincher. Like both her and my brother, the middle child, they like a lot of like David Fincher stuff. Like they like a lot of like outsourced stuff like that, like Gareth Evans stuff. Like they love The Northman. Like they liked movies like that. Like him, my brother, like one of his favorite movies is The Lighthouse. So like I wouldn't say they're normies at all. In fact, like neither of them have TikTok or any of that shit. So like they're kind of in the same space
That's good
that
to hear.
they're kind of in the same space that I am at, so in a weird way. And like she's already like watching a bunch of other like stuff too. She already like, I know she watched shit, what came out like recently. I believe she watched Alicia in a Dungeon, and I know she's watched like Be the Beginning. I know she watched that too, and I know she watched like a bunch of other stuff though. My brother, the middle child, isn't really into it as much. He watched the Godzilla stuff, and that is about it. He only watched a little bit of it. I remember watching Kaiju number 8 in like the main living room, and he's like, dude, I don't know. It's weird for me. I cannot get into anime. It's weird because I'm a big Godzilla fan. And I'm like, yeah, that is weird, but like, it's not hostile or anything like that. He just can't get into it. Like, he is a big Godzilla nerd, big Gojira nerd, bigger than me.
The reason. Sorry, were you gonna continue?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The reason I asked if your siblings were normies is because I know that Smiling Friends is a popular show, and depending on whether or not they were normies, was going to affect my opinion on them.
Yeah, fuck you too. But like my youngest brother, I would say he watches more of the popular stuff, to be honest though. Like, I mean, he's like 16, so like he like watches like My Hero, like basic stuff. Like I remember him saying that like he like Naruto was so big, it was like so much stuff, and he just watched like Boruto instead. I have no idea if he's like up to date to that at all.
He's dead to me.
And like I know he's also like big on Zelda, and like he's 100%ed like several games in the past too. I caught him playing Final Fantasy X on his emulator that my other brother set up, so there's that.
I mean, Final Fantasy X's fine.
Yeah, that and some other PlayStation 2 like classic type games as well. And I know they were like going through like Resident Evil as well. I know like him, like both of my brothers are like getting it. Like we're playing Resident Evil 6 at some point. And I know my brother, the middle child, I'm gonna have to figure out stream names for them at some point. But I know the middle one like has practically played through all the Resident Evil games and the Silent Hill games as well. And he is somewhat looking forward to their new remake that's coming out though, so there's that too. So, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's like, so I wouldn't say they're like normies at all. I'm like iffy on saying the youngest is normie because he himself doesn't even like Fortnite or any of that shit. He's like, no, I'm gonna play a real game. I'm like, he rather plays like I've seen him play Destiny more than anything else. But that's obviously changed over time because I've seen him play like Zelda and like stuff on his emulator and stuff like that, to be honest. Like he used to play Roblox a lot, but that's since changed, to be honest.
Yeah. So.
Yes, JL10, he has watched Minus One. He has watched that movie. Like he liked it a lot.
Since you brought up a bunch of game stuff, would you like to move on to the last stated point you brought up earlier in the DDP member chat? State of gaming today.
It's woke.
It's dead.
It's dead. It's
dead.
Feminists killed it. Fucking woke people killed gaming. Okay, let's be real.
Gamers rise up.
Gamers fall. Chris Raygun, Sergeant of the COD, Thunderfoot, all of you are idiots. You lost. We've lost beforehand. It's done. It's dead. It doesn't matter. Aeneas Sarkeesian already won. Gamergate was a false. Everyone was a grifter and liar. Everyone took the money and ran and looked like idiots at the end. It's all falling apart. Fuck all of you.
And it's
none
your
of you.
fault.
It's all your fault. None of you went into gaming. None of you actually prevented them from getting in. None of you stopped companies like Sweet Baby Inc. from forming. None of you stopped them from getting there. It all got worse over time. And here we are. We're going to face another crash soon, especially in this economy. They're not going to get bailed out anytime soon. And you know what? I could care less. Fuck it.
I'm happy the crash is coming.
We need a purge. We just need a purge, that's all. And this is going to be one.
The crash is a very natural thing. You know, it's kind of like a wildfire in a forest. It pulls all the redundant shit, and new stuff will grow out of it. Like how in the old crash, a bunch of useless consoles with like 13 games on them died out.
Yeah.
And then there was like quality assurance from Nintendo. I believe something similar will happen with this Crash that's coming up. I heard speculation that apparently it might be the thing to kill Xbox and PlayStation, since
hope-
those don't really have anything to offer in this modern day and age. So maybe we'll see like a PC renaissance.
I hope so. Because honestly, I kind of got tired of consoles. They've lost their shine ever since the PS4.
Yeah.
PS3 still had that shine, still had that thing going. PS4 and
The 7th generation console had its issues, but it had a lot of soul to it.
yeah, I can definitely see some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can give it some points. I can definitely give it some points. I mean, Bloodborne's in there
Yeah.
as much as
No,
overrated.
Bloodborne is PS4. That's 8th generation.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
Oh god, the generations are all
No.
fucked up. I keep forgetting which one's which.
Yeah, sorry. Even I got a bit screwed up between the others. Still, 7th definitely felt like a decent apex, and from 8th, things really started to just pivot down.
7th is the one I grew up on. That's like that has a lot of fucking keynote titles. Like it has World at War. You guys remember this one?
Oh yeah.
Modern Warfare War.
I tried to play it recently, but for some reason it stopped on the game just stopped on one of the missions. Like it's where you clear a runway with a bunch of Japanese anti-aircraft guns. There's supposed to be like a section where a wave of them come to try and retake the anti-aircraft guns, but for some reason it just fucking stopped. I guess the hardware's just getting that old.
Possibly.
But more on the modern state of gameplay, modern state of gaming. Let's be honest, we all know fucking AAA's dead cancer.
Absolutely.
They're most of them are going to burn, or at least shave some stuff away just to try and survive this economy. And I hope it happens. Sometimes most of the stuff it's better as dead. Like don't even touch it.
You know, AAA, it's fucking, it's shit, but not all of it is shit. Like fucking, I've been playing a lot of AOT2, and although that technically technically that's 6 years old now, but still modern. It's pretty good. And then let's not forget the indie scene. It can range from trying to be AAA to actually being pretty genuinely fucking good.
We're actually picking up where the AAA studios left. Fucking Pizza Tower, I cannot stress this enough. They did Wario before Nintendo even got back to it. And it worked. Too well even.
I gotta say, indie horror, it has a lot of slop in it, but when you find a gem, it is a real fucking gem.
Yeah, definitely for that kind of horror you're gonna dig a bit, but there's enough for everyone. There's definitely enough.
So while stuff like Ubisoft making AC Shadows and fucking EA killing another franchise, indie genre is still doing pretty well. Don't be fucking doom and gloom all the time. There's
really.
still stuff out there.
Indie is not really a genre; it's just a demographic. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
recently I've been playing a
Even
game.
better, it's a demographic, but it covers a lot of genres. You can find an indie beat 'em up. You can find an indie side scroller, horror game, visual novel. So while AAA studios that carry the big names are floundering, you can still find something that you like.
Yeah. Fairly sure that Marshall would back me up and say the Project Zomboid is possibly one of the most entertaining things for a while, and it's made by a handful of people, and it's still going.
Yeah. Build 42's taken a fucking while, but the game you still have there, it's still pretty fucking good.
And the mods, just saying.
And even if modern fucking games are trash, you still have stuff on PC like Left 4 Dead 2, which older AAA titles, they still exist.
Back 4 Blood tried, and it failed spectacularly.
Yeah, but we still have Left 4 Dead 2, so what's the big whoop?
Yeah. Who
You
fucking
don't
cares?
have to. I feel like a lot of even you guys sometimes you get into the "it's so over" mentality when it comes to these sorts of things.
It's just for
But
modern gaming. I get into that mentality. I mean, I've been giving up. This isn't some new thing for me. It sounds like a new thing for me, but I've been giving up like already. I'm just like for the first time saying it, just flat out. I've given up on modern gaming like a while ago. To be honest, the only thing I'm buying on anything is just games that came out like several years ago. I think the most recent game I bought was Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition for my Xbox because I already own the game, the original, but it's just Definitive Edition, just has all the DLC and stuff like that, and it runs better. So, plus I like the game a lot. But you can continue.
there are still good games that are like coming out and on the horizon. It's just not all of them are going to be from AAA studios. I've been looking forward to for a while this game called Conscript, where it's like a top-down sort of survival horror game that takes place in World War One. It looks pretty fucking good.
Oh, what's the name of that? Could you repeat that again?
Conscript.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up for myself. Thank you.
I mean, the game I've been playing recently a lot, like, God, I have some 181 hours into it. It's called Atom RPG, basically the Russian version of Fallout.
There's another game that's coming up that looks pretty fun called Anchorfoot. It looks like a pretty good Hotline Miami successor.
I mean, there's also something like that already out, which is just called Ocho, which is, or Hotline Miami. It's that kind of fix for my brain. And since I gotta show more stuff out, Cultic. I'm just gonna say Cultic. The pinnacle of boom shoots made by one guy. It's impressive. Pretty good. It's absolutely impressive. Just, seriously, go look it up. Cultic.
While modern AAA gaming is definitely fucked, don't forget that the indie scene is there for you. It's got some pretty good shit to it.
And I mean, if you want to go a bit more mainstream, you can even have Double Fine, and they released Psychonaut 2, and it wasn't a fuck up. It was even pretty bloody good.
Like a month ago, me and some other guys bullied Lawrence into playing Psychopomp, and while he didn't really care for the lol so random schizo persona thing it has going on. It's still a pretty fun game.
Yeah, Psychonauts is just fun to play, no matter the story. It's got some fine gameplay, especially the second one, since it's got all, it got refined in time. And what else? I mean, Doom. Doom is made by id and Bethesda, and it's still got a lot of appeal. Even Eternal, even if it's a bit too Quake-y for me, but, details schmetails.
I'm looking at my Steam backlog to find titles to talk about, and I realize I just have so many that I haven't fucking played yet. But
Yeah.
one I have played, Carrion. Have you heard of it?
Oh yeah, I did. I mean, at first, some people definitely remember it because of that skit they did at what was it? Detonate? No, Devolver. Yeah, that one time at Devolver thing at E3 because everybody just watched, their stuff at E3 because they just have a high. What's the word?
Outreach?
High. No,
I remember it because I saw Markiplier do a let's play of the opening. It's a pretty fucking great game. If you're into games where you play as the monster in a horror setting, Carrion is a fucking great one. It's kind of like The Thing.
Just put it in chat. Just put the name in chat and I'll look into it.
Yeah, I'll put the name in chat. It's like Carrion. It's like the Thing, but the Thing towards the end of the movie where it stops giving a shit. It's fucking great.
Okay. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, it's not all so doom and gloom. It's just, the main pillars are definitely crumbling down, and we're definitely gonna see a shakeup. Absolutely. Maybe Nintendo may actually do some restructuring during this trying times, but they'll survive.
You might never know. Like I said, lately I've been playing this game called Atom RPG, and it's basically the Russian version of Fallout. It's done by an indie team, and they've only made 3 games so far. It is really good. Like, holy shit! You have stats, character customization. Not that much character customization. It's more like you pick a preset character, then you can customize the stats and skills and all that shit. And it's actually pretty fun.
Reminds me of Wasteland, and well,
That's the thing. It's like Fallout 1 and 2 and Wasteland, but it's set in Russia.
oh, good one, Privyet. Looks pretty cold.
Oh, are you looking at Atom RPG or Atom RPG Turgov?
Trograd.
That's the sequel, and what's really great is if after you beat the first one, you can import your character into the sequel with all the stats.
Oh, nice. Oh well,
I'm having a blast. It
in the
was like
meantime,
$20.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that. It's even on discount right now. But honestly, the only thing I want on modern gaming before it crashes is first anything about Stalker 2. Just after the shit show, I just want to learn if it's even going to happen. I just want at least a word, either yes or no.
I don't have any faith in Stalker 2.
What?
I just remember
don't
that
know
that one Ukrainian soldier who's like, "I'm good at shooting grenades because of Stalker."
What you were saying,
I don't
Marshall?
have any faith. I don't have any faith in Stalker 2 because I remember that they, like before the war, they tried to push NFTs, and then like sometime after the war, something came out about how there was going to be female stalkers. So I'm pretty sure they got some DEI elements in them.
Probably, but I think the war may have shook that off and possibly put it into infinite delay, so yeah.
Now they experience war, the gunplay is going to be way much better.
It's a probability. Also, the second point is Silk Song. Please, before it all crumbles down, give me Silk Song. I beg you.
Alex, you'll never get Silk Song.
Curse you.
Like, I'll never get Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Like, I understand.
We suffer together.
They played us like a damn fan.
We suffer. Truly.
You see, Putin starting the war in Ukraine was actually a 4D chess move to prevent us from getting a shitty soccer sequel.
I don't know what to trust anymore in this reality.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a female stalker.
Yeah, nah. I don't think there's that much of a stretch of imagination if even a woman wouldn't want to sell her body instead. Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna risk my body into this deadly zone. Feels safer.
Just
Honestly,
ignore the third arm.
The idea of a female stalker is pretty hot, but it's not being made because they just wanted to add a female character. It's because they probably got fucking China money to do it.
Probably.
No, China money wouldn't give them female characters, because you know how it is. China money would make them all females. All the stalkers, female. Doesn't matter. The character in the previous game who was male, female now. How? Radiation poisoning.
The radiation acts as HRT.
Oh my god. Those anomalies that you pick up, bam, you got transformed into a female.
The ending of the game is you fighting a mutated Kefas.
Oh, speaking about Keffels, like, holy shit, did you guys hear what happened with it?
No, what happened?
I already got. I heard some.
So Mutahar released a video with a a artist rendition of Keffels and all that, and immediately Keffels like, oh, that's transphobic and all this. Mutahar's transphobic because of that one picture. Didn't even watch the video and all that, but she claims it's transphobic and all that, and just spiraled down. And then people are like, yeah, but what about the Discord leaks of Catboy Ranch, Keffels? What do you have to say about that? Where's the money, Keffels? And just
It's
go
not
on.
a transphobic drawing. Keffels just looks like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks awful. I feel like even calling him a her is an insult to womanhood.
That's why I say it.
But yeah, but unironically, we don't give a shit about transphobia. What the fuck happened to Catboy Ranch? Can you tell us all about this? The fuck happened?
What
And
about
did you-
selling minors homemade transgender serums?
with fucking cat hair in it? You want to forget about that detail? The cat
And
hair.
ladyboys, and Futanari lollies on it.
What?
Lone, you want any closing words on the stream? Because this is starting to get really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, Marshall.
Dang, feel
Yeah,
bad for
sorry.
Trench. Trench just left. Just left like a while ago. I guess he won't be coming back by the time. Damn, that kind of sucks.
He's got stuff to do.
Just know, Marshall, you're still my favorite fanboy.
I second that
I'm getting
opinion.
my fucking gun. I don't feel safe.
Just aim for Keffels, not us. Just saying.
Look, I'm aiming for anything that moves. I already got 2 cats and a grandma.
Better for
Fucking
me.
unstoppable. One more kill and I get a UAV.
Watch
In the
out for the Claymore.
In the meantime, you wanna tell about the publics about your cats? What are they doing?
Oh, I recently unrolled some like foam so that I can pack it behind my movie shelf so that my DVDs are more forward facing. I haven't gotten to cutting it into squares yet, so it's just laying in the hallway as it flattens out. And one of my cats is taking just laying on it.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna.
It's not
I'm
yours
gonna-
anymore.
Hey, Lone, is it okay if I post some pictures of my cat in the DDP chat?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care, like, what you post. It's just, it's like, it mostly just depends if you want me to show it on screen. That's all.
I'm fine with you showing pictures of my cats on
Okay,
screen.
that's why I asked. Okay, yeah, go ahead, post away.
I'm gonna post a cute picture of my cat Marina, and a cute picture of Tiger on the foam.
Hiker,
That's
that's his name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got crashed. Quest, I'm in quest with you. I'm just trying to do my job.
I don't know.
I
I
gotta-
just thought of
Oh,
Mike Tyson.
I just remembered. Mike Tyson's gonna fucking kill Jake Paul. Like, there's no
Oh, yeah.
words about it.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna fucking uppercut him and make his head spin. Top hat.
It's gonna
Iron
be.
Mike
It's gonna
may
be.
old, but he's still Iron Mike.
Oh no. If you see his most recent videos, that beast is coming back.
The beast has been unawakened.
Oh, it's because somebody said something about Mike Tyson's daughter, and he was like, yeah, I'm just playing. What'd you say? The fuck did you just say? You want to go? Kind of deal. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh no, he activated the dad instincts. He's fucked.
And then it's gonna be. Logan Paul thought he could defeat Mayweather and all that. He was like, yeah, but it was a unanimous decision. I'm like, Iron Mike, fucking the guy who went against Mahatma Gandhi. Like, okay, yeah, all right, sure,
Your
yeah.
funeral, pal.
This whole
Yeah,
tangent started because of freaking Crash Bandicoot.
Oh my
What?
god.
No, because
Why?
I referenced Tiny Tiger in Crash of the Titans, and y'all started talking about Mike Tyson because they made Tiny Tiger in that game into this weird parody of Mike Tyson. Those games are weird. Like Crunch is Mr. T and Tiny is Mike Tyson. It's weird what they did.
Yeah.
That picture of my fat cat Tiger that's on screen right now. When I took a picture of it, I thought to myself, "Man, this kind of looks familiar." And I realized she kind of looks like she's in the dead Yamcha pose.
She kind of does.
It is. It's quite literally the same.
My cat's so fucking weird. She doesn't meow, and I'm very concerned.
Oh, for real? Like, not even a noise?
Well, she makes noises, but
it
it's
might just be a quiet cat.
Yeah. You may have been blessed with having a quiet cat.
I don't want a quiet cat. I want the derpy fucking dork cat.
I just remember this like video of a fucking cat that had a deep ass meow. Yeah, you guys seen that one?
Meow.
Oh yeah, it's
I know about Oscar. Meow. It was corpse husband cat. Meow.
Good lord.
No, I don't know how old my cat is. My cat, the fucking random cat distributed universe fucking gave me a cat. I opened my door, there she is. She comes running in. I was like, what the fuck? So I take her outside. I'm like, you don't belong here. And then one day I was like, fuck it. You're an indoor cat now. And she sleeps all day. She barely meows. And it's just, my cat's weird.
She's just a lazy cat. I guess that's the only good explanations that we have here for this weird creature.
What the fuck is that, Wolf?
That tiny tiger from Crash the Titans. Dude, they fought. I mean, I know I did the video like some weeks ago, like a week ago or two, I don't remember. But
Yeah.
or I talked about it, and it's like all the scariness, all the menace that was Tiny in the original games was sucked out. And what we got was this weird Mike Tyson sissy parody of him in Crash the Titans.
He looks like Tony the Tiger's grandpa who went to Vietnam.
And didn't see flashbacks.
Ain't right. Yeah.
Why does he have rabbit feet?
Got rabbit feet.
Yeah, those are rabbit feet.
Oh damn, those are rabbit feet. What the fuck? They just
reused Ripper Roo's fucking feet model.
I don't even know if was Ripper Roo even in the damn.
Someone at the Crash Bandicoot studio has a fucking rabbit foot fetish.
I'm sorry. As much as I hate to say, if you want to make anthropomorphic characters, hire a furry.
Ugh, goddamn!
Unironically.
Fucking furries ruin those types of characters, man. Seriously.
No.
Remember liking those characters like that as a kid, and now you can't without someone looking at you weird. It's bullshit.
Remember when
Lola Bunny wasn't the start.
Go ahead.
Remember
Mark.
when furries almost sexually harassed Tony the Tiger off of Twitter?
I remember that shit. That was just sad. That was sad to watch.
I feel so bad for the guy running that.
He had to be exposed to this. But all I'm saying is, keep furries to a leash, literally.
They would enjoy that, Alex.
I'm saying metaphorically. Just saying, tell them to do this, design this, and then, okay, that's it. We put a stop to this. Have your money. Get out. You have your credits.
So what you're saying is I should get the spray bottle.
Basically, get the spray bottle. Just, no. Have the money and go. That's it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Apparently, furry artists make
A
fucking
spray bottle
bank.
full of bear mace.
Bear, stop eating my kayak.
No.
Crash, I really am cross with you. I'm just trying to do my job, and you go and cause all this chaos. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to eat your face.
Oh, sorry, I had to play that.
What?
That is an actual clip from the game. That's an actual cutscene from the game.
God.
Is that what it fucking sounds like?
Yeah, like I said, Mike Tyson parody. I was not joking.
He sounds like a fucking stereotypical gay guy from fucking New York.
Exactly, yeah.
No, Queens.
I'm from Queens.
Queens is in New York, dumbass.
If you tell a New Yorker that,
God, I hate New York.
It's like
I might
saying
just pull
It's like saying Boston and Queens are in the same area.
just pull a gun on you and shoot you without restraint. That's
It's
all.
for Boston. Everybody's for Boston. What's up for? Hey, it's Bill Burr. It's Bill Burr. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry.
Don't worry, we'll go on those tangents.
Look, all I'm just saying is fucking. I don't know what I'm saying, but fuck New York.
Oh yeah, I want to say congratulations for Trump being the first criminal indicted in New York for 2024.
Oh,
Because everyone trusts the New York justice system.
we're
Oh,
so
yeah, no,
fucked.
that's gonna get appealed. It's gonna get fucking appealed.
You wanna know how fucking shitty New York is?
It's
In
New
90s
York.
family movies where the world is a pretty idealistic place, every time they go to New York, it is a fucking shithole.
Oh yeah.
It's depressing to even be around.
I mean, we had to escape from LA, then we had to escape from New York.
Ugh.
Ain't that a thing? So since we still wanted to speak about Delicious in Dungeon, because I heard y'all talking about a few things, you want to give us some opinions? Like, your personal opinions?
The dwarf should have been more hairy.
True.
I think
I still have to watch it.
It's
Oh,
on
Marshall?
anime. It's
Mar-
on anime.
Marshall, beware, there are panty shots, but not from the character that you expect.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
I like
It
I
is-
like the cat lady. She seems pretty interesting.
He's an odd creature, I'll tell you that.
I remember the Discord kept on like sending around that clip where she's like getting dressed and they have to restrain Laios because he's being an autistic weirdo who wants to like fucking count her nipples and shit.
Yeah, because fucking Laius is a massive monster freak. Like, he's so fucking obsessed about this. It's literally autism.
Maybe he is autistic. I mean, his sword is a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He legit might be. I won't be shocked. Oh, there
I
we go.
would.
I
Nobody
mean,
would be shocked.
How many other autistics are like, we're in the dungeon. We don't have any food. What should we do? And the one guy's like, we should eat them.
And he looks type as fuck. That's just suggesting that.
There we go.
And he's not going after the elf. Like, of course he's autistic.
Yeah, nah.
Laios is literally me.
I die.
It's okay. It's okay. The club is all here. Autism guy, girl failure, fucking legal Shota, and dwarf.
Dwarf
My
guy.
favorite meme of the halfling guy. I can't fucking pronounce his name because it's spelled weird. Fucking chili dogs, whatever his name is. My favorite meme is him at the bar counter with like a fucking bottle, and it's the quote of the tweet that says, "They don't ID check me at the liquor store anymore because they can see that the light has left my eyes."
Oh no! Oh my God! Speaking about liquor store, me and my buddy, we hit up our local liquor store, right? And the cashier was cute, so we were buying alcohol, and then my buddy's like, "So what are you doing today?" And she's like, "Yeah, we just started doing that." So we did a pickup line joke on her because we just want to make her day, right? So my buddy is like, "Hey, I lost my number. Can I have yours?" She started laughing. I look her dead in the eye. I goes, "You want to hear mine?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. Go right ahead." I was like, "On a scale to 0 to freedom, how free are you tonight?" She's like, "Oh my God, I've never heard of that one before." And she's, I think she gave us a discount because of it, because we spent over $223. We're looking at the
Okay.
receipt. I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
Hey, my boy.
My favorite pickup line is to just stare at them.
Marshall, that's why you have 36 restraining orders.
And they'll keep on coming.
Good.
What's in the Elderon pamphlet? Nothing. 36 unpaid parking tickets for results in a warrant for my arrest.
Our seal is a treasure.
Yeah.
She is.
I want to touch her ears.
You know that's
she's, she's the peak of girl failure. I adore her.
she's up there with Aqua.
I love Aqua too.
I know you do. I've
My
seen
man
your
is the
chat.
picture.
My taste is objectively correct.
You just want girl failures to make your life feel better.
Well, if I'm also a failure and she's also a failure, we could be failures together.
Yes.
I posted a funny in the private text chat of someone
Real-
made a Marcial and Eldar from 40k, and it's cute.
Especially a Bieltan Elder. Oh, I desire those tears. To quote, Bieltan Elders will literally kill everything that isn't elves. Literally. That's their
Even the
shtick.
monkeys.
Especially the monkeys.
Oh, Alex. I
Bro,
finally
they're
beat
elves and they're racist. They're my kind of girls.
Good.
Alex. I finally beat Rogue Trader, and holy shit!
Ah. Well, don't spoil it for me, because I guess eventually I'm gonna get it for myself. Eventually.
I was just Necrons, dude. Like holy shit.
Yeah. Those fucking Gauss weapons are gonna fuck you up, that's for sure.
They insta killed 3 of my teammates.
That's the point of Gauss weaponry. It disintegrates things to an atomic level.
No, they filled the will save and they just got disintegrated at full health. I was like, holy shit.
Wait, why is getting disintegrated a will save?
I
Is-
don't
is it-
know. It's a
is-
D100 and
Do
they
you just
failed.
do you just resist getting disintegrated by saying no or something?
I just countered with the no you and they just
Power
Holy
word.
shit.
You resist the disintegration, slap the barrel into his fucking deck. I'm like, get that shit out of my face.
You're too autistic. Disintegrated ray didn't work.
You
Well,
pull
wait,
out the actually and say that a human body can't be instantly disintegrated.
You pulled out a reversing mirror. Just no. But yeah, no, the DLC is coming out for Alex, and apparently it's about blood cults.
Define blood cults. Are we talking corn blood cults?
No, the blood cult on your ship kind of blood.
What?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but the DLC is going to introduce a blood cult on your ship.
Fucking cornates. I swear to God.
Probably.
Oh, fucking cornate glue eaters.
Yeah, I pulled the Max Haas and I pulled the Uno reverse card.
Very poetic.
Oh, you guys don't know who Max Floss is?
I know who Max has his
Floss.
breakfast.
He's a British guy who was doing a soccer match as a charity event, and he's the one who got the yellow card, and he's the guy who pulled out the Uno reverse card.
My man came prepared for that.
Oh no, he deliberately is like, I'm gonna try to get a yellow card and all that. So when the referee pulled the yellow card out, he pulled out a Uno reverse card, and the whole audience is like, what do we do? And the referee walked it back and took away the Uno and the reverse card, the yellow card.
I presume the crowd went wild about this once they.
They did.
I need a clip of this.
I'll pull it. I'll post it in chat.
Oh my god, that's gonna make my night. Mm.
All right, I'll post it in chat. Load if you want to play. Be short, less than a minute.
They were.
Oh.
You have to watch it. It is funny.
Sweaty balls. Sweaty.
Sidemen charity game. When I was asked to play in the match, I knew I needed to add a little bit of a Max Fosh spin on the game. So, after a lot of brainstorming, I came up with an Uno reverse card and bought a couple of normal size ones and some big ones. The day of the match arrived and I had them in my backpack before sneakily putting them in my shorts. I knew I would need to get a yellow card, and so I was sliding all over the shop during the game. I even accidentally scored. But the Uno reverse card was always sitting there waiting for its moment. Then eventually in the 77th minute, I took down Miniminter and a meme was born. It's gone all over the world, and news stories from the Netherlands, YouTuber Max Fosh to Israel have picked it up. And so, this is the story of how I managed to play an Uno reverse card at the Sidemen.
Oh, so
I even accidentally scored.
I accidentally scored. Oh no, that's not good.
Just the no you.
That's some dedication.
I found his channel throughout that video, and then I started watching it. Some of the shit he does is fucking great. He cooks curry in lava.
What?
Yeah, he went to Iceland during a volcano eruption just to cook some curry to prove that he can eat the hottest curry.
Oh God Almighty, dude, that's beyond stupid.
No, he got a professional there with him. He suited up. Everything was safe.
Everything was his face and jawline completely melt off.
No, he wore a suit. Like, he wore the suit they wear and all that, and he cooked curry with it, and he ate some, and he's like, it's a little burnt, but it's all right.
Oh, bugger! I accidentally scored.
And one video he does, he gambles for like a Oscar award, and he wins, and he goes back to his elementary school teacher and was like, yeah, I won an Oscar and all that. He's like, technically I didn't lie. It's just he does some pretty funny videos. I gotta go start making dinner. Making shepherd's pie for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Should we say anything else before we log off?
Damn, I was kind of hoping Trent would be here. Damn. I guess I'll say like one more thing in closing, and that I did on one of my vids on my review channel, I did a review for Beautiful Liar, and recently I've been re-listening to another podcast, The Burnt Photo. There we go, podcast. I'm on the spot right now. I just wanted to get this up and out there. Come on, load, damn you! Load, so I can post this shite. So I can post this in Discord. This is why we plan ahead, people. Alright.
No, we make it up as we go along. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it. It's worked.
That's how the professionals do it.
That's how real men do it.
That's how Dad did it, and it's worked out pretty well so far. Okay, like, kind of sucks that not that many people watch that particular vid. Makes sense. Channel's not that many people watching it, and it's technically niche anyway. But I do recommend a lot of the Q Code stuff. Now, I might make a list of stuff that I do recommend, because there aren't that many things that I really wholeheartedly have at a high recommendation, other than like Burn Photo, Beautiful Liar, the first season of Blackout, and I know there's a few others, but then there are others that are actually like not really as good, that are actually pretty boring. Like Classified is not good. I know I mentioned that in the video, but it's not that great of a series, because the first episode is legit slow, and it's like not that fun. It's literally, you are just stuck with this guy who may or may not be an agent, who may or may not be crazy because he's in this mental asylum, which stories like that can work, but they can be very, very, very dull and boring depending on the writer, because they have been done to death, and that's kind of its problem. But like the reason why I'm saying talking about Burn Photo right now is because it is legit really solid. It is a legit really good like horror type podcast. There is more things that go on. Now to summarize, it is basically like you follow like the single mother and her daughter, and something happens, and she like the daughter like finds this weird photo, and like it has like, and she doesn't really know it has her brother, it has her father, she doesn't know that, and so like it just it combusts into flames, and she's on her phone with her mom as this actually happens, and her mom is actually having a breakdown talking about it, like, oh my god, just leave us alone, just leave us alone, because he's like, it's actually really well done, and the first two couple episodes are very grim. I will not spoil what happens, but like, to make things short, like like I said, the daughter wasn't always a single child, and you kind of know what happens to the brother. I won't say what happens, but it's really grim, and it's like really well put together, and I do recommend it a lot. So yeah, I guess I'll say my piece there. I don't know when the vid will come out. I'm like I haven't written anything down just yet. Just a lot of things like in my head right now that I might put in notes, but yeah, there's that. So that's out there in ether. Y'all can say your thoughts, and then I can close this out.
All right. I'm just gonna go scroll through your channel like tomorrow or something. It's gonna be fun.
For my closing thoughts, pretty unrelated, but I enjoyed the AOT video you made.
Yeah, like like I could have went even further with it, honestly, like I do, but I don't want to balloon like a lot of this stuff. I don't want to waste people's time, that type of thing, because like I could have went even further with the Doom comparison, because like Aaron's like little like what he was doing, like you compare it to like Lelouch in Lelouch Rebellion, albeit in that like that actually somewhat worked. Humanity actually ends up like joining together until the movie comes out, but that's another thing. But like it is basically like, I even thought this like as I was like working on it, I was like, Aaron's plan is basically a shittier version of the Golden Path, in which that is kind of similar, but it's different. Where basically like Paul's son, and to summarize, does something kind of similar to Aaron's Rumbling, albeit it's basically just him being a massive tyrant over the universe for the last like for a couple thousand years, basically. And what it is basically like etching this massive lesson to humanity that will be in his own words, etched into their bones, like to essentially be free of tyrants, be free of gods, be free of spice, and send humanity to the far reaches of space and be free of everything. Basically, kind of like Andrew Ryan from Bioshock, but on a cosmic scale. But the thing is that Leto II is Paul's son. Like, the path itself means you have to lose your humanity, you have to kill your name, you are a monster known for all of humanity, but this is all for the greater good, because once he finally passes, and spoilers, like, humanity does retreat to the far reaches of space, basically. But and it is debated among the fans, that is the Golden Path justified? I'm in that weird zone. I say yes and no, because it's on a cosmic scale of things, and I say the argument more so focuses on Paul. Paul should have been one walking it, and he shouldn't have done what he did, just leaving it, because leaving essentially Leto II to pick up the pieces, which, like, again, that's shitty, and really shows you how good like Dune is, and that these characters are human despite being extremely powerful. So yeah, like, that's the funny thing about that, though, is that like Frank Herbert wrote a series of books literal decades before like she did like the mangaka, like what he thought of like beforehand, and did it better. And that's a damn shame too, especially since the possibility of Attack on Titan sequel coming out, like if it's coming out, which is a damn shame. And also your point and on how the retaliation shouldn't even have happened, because like, what was it, 400 million people, the world's in shambles, Paradis is the only place untouched, like people would have starved to death 100%.
Yeah.
I plan on eventually doing my own rewrite of Attack on Titan, but there's some there's so much little things that I want to fix, and it like spreads throughout the entire show. By the way, I'm an anime only. I haven't really gone into the manga because the art can be a bit rough sometimes.
It is rough. There isn't that much of a difference other than like Hanji being like her gender for some reason isn't specified for some silly reason. Like that's only in the anime. She's only female in the anime. They don't regard her by gender in the manga, but just like no one really cares except Twitter freaks. But
and I want to do it right. Like for my thing, something where I did disagree with you in the Attack on Titan ending. You said that Eren should have been stopped a lot earlier. I think by the time that the rumbling is activated, the only way for it to really go would be for the rumbling to basically complete itself, because it got pretty close to the end with the 80% thing. I think it should have gone to like fucking 90 or even 95%.
Like, yeah, I mean, agree to disagree, I get it, but like the reason why I say that is because like Eren killing off like 80% of humanity already practically, like, and also the ending itself, like not just the other stuff, but like Eren's proven right. That's the fucked up part. Eren's proven right. Like Paradis wiped off the map. It's like, and now like you look back, you're like, wow, they should just let Eren kill the world. They should just done that.
That's my view on it. They should have just let Eren kill the world.
Nah, that's edgelord bullshit. That's you can have that opinion you want, but that's just edgelord nonsense. It's like
I'm a Jaegerist, as you could probably tell by my name and lolly server, Jaegerist Mama. I think that the rumbling was justified. I understand why the Alliance doesn't like it, because it's literal genocide. But I think by the time it happened, it was the only thing that could have saved Paradis, because everything that led up to that point, like declaration of war, the rest of the world was entirely in on just wiping out Paradis, even before Eren popped it out of that building and munched on Willie Tiber.
But the thing is, like, them stopping him, like, before he even completes it would show the world these people aren't monsters.
Would that guarantee that they still wouldn't attack Paradis?
No, but they would have had more allies at the very least. They would have said, like, oh, wow, this entire threat was thwarted by Paradis. It's like, okay, they're not the monsters we think they are.
Yeah, but the threat also came from Paradis. They already hated Paradis for the Eldians oppressing the rest of the world for 2,000 years. And now that they stopped this problem that came from their island and fucked up a bunch of their people, they're just automatically, a bunch of them are going to be like, oh, I guess they aren't all that bad. No, they fucking hate Paradis. They'll just have more ammunition against them. No matter if they stop the rumbling occurring is enough of an issue. Like a thing I had a problem with the Paradis officials before the second overthrow was the idea of the partial rumbling. That was fucking stupid to me, because hey, what if they do the partial rumbling and the rest of the world takes it as a sign that Paradis is gonna go out and conquer the world? What if they see this as the rumbling, but it's not as strong as they thought it was, and they see it as a sign of weakness? There's 1,000 different ways that the world just would not get along with Paradis. And it's the world's fault, because the world attacked Paradis in the first place.
I mean, like, does essentially a squabble justify mass genocide? Like,
yes.
Like Eren's literally like, shut the hell up, kill them all, burn them, need them, kill them,
that was the rest of the world.
Go ahead.
Exterminatus that shit.
When Shiganshina fell, the first punch was thrown, and everything that happened at any point, the rest of the world could have said, you know what, this is fucked up. We shouldn't be doing this. At Declaration of War, when it was revealed that Marleya that the Marlians had gone onto the island and started fucking shit up and accidentally
Unleash
Uh,
the Titans.
caused Aaron Yeager to get the founding Titan and set off the chain of events that started getting Paradise off its ass. At that point, why didn't they just say, well, why the fuck should we support you? You guys kind of helped start the end of the world. They didn't say that. They said, oh yeah, sure, let's go fucking kill the island people. Every single person in that crowd and the nations they come from were just completely fucking fine with wiping Paradise off the map.
Aaron even dude, like I get your point, but like entire family lines, little, like one of the biggest, like it's almost iconic now, like the image of the person like holding up the baby and the people trying to move it, trying to say, because they're on this edge, and like that's the image you have, like that is what's
the world made it a choice between the world and his family. I would have made the same fucking choice. It's fucking evil. A lot of good people died, got caught under the rumbling, but you know what? Shit happens.
That's
really
that's an extreme. That's why I make the Dune comparison.
That's what you get when you delve into these kinds of topics.
Like, no, it's not like that I'm not interested. It's a good topic. It's a good discussion to have. But it's like, this is kind of the reason why I made the Dune comparison to begin with. Because it's like, oh, how much of that is in your control? How much of that is justified? And like Paul, like his jihad killed 80 billion people. Like his actions and the actions of the Fremen, which turned from these secluded people on this desert planet into what is essentially a massive army of zealots killing in his name, and like entire ways of being, entire family lines were wiped off the map and will never be seen again. All of that was from his doing. Now, yes, the Harkonnens are evil. Yes, the Emperor is evil. Yes, the Bene Gesserit are manipulating everybody and are absolutely, they need to be taken down. But the answer wasn't the answer that Paul wanted. Paul wanted his revenge, and in doing so, ended up throwing the universe, the known Imperium, into chaos and like under his thumb. Like he actually tells, like I didn't even mention this in my video, where in Dune Messiah, and Villeneuve is going to have an issue with this because Paul straight up mentions like Hitler. He straight up says, like, he talks about his death count and tells that to Stilgar. Like, that is the mindset Paul was in. Part of him regrets it, but he's so fixated on that. Now, like, that's the big thing. Now, but like, that's the thing. That's why I make that comparison, though. Now, like, is the death of innocent people justified in a grand scheme of things? There were, honestly, I say like no in this regard, and why the rumbling should have been stopped earlier, or at the very least, Aaron could have done something else. Now we can have the discussion of either the writing or Ymir as well, because and the aspect of time travel, because it's pretty much specified that time is fixed. Now there's a way you can do that and actually not completely piss on free will. I think Legacy of Kain does that. I think Dark and Legacy of Kain does that the best. Where anything
Terminator also does it pretty well.
That's the. I mean, if you consider the first two, yeah, I agree with you on that. The first two movies, like everything else after that, turns into this weird Doctor Who thing where it's like Skynet's inevitable. Basically, it will be replaced with something else or be moved down the line. And as much as I love the Sarah Connor show, it also does the same thing. But at the least, like Legacy of Kain does something where it's like the Soul Weaver, and it gets close to itself. And time changes, and it changes over and over again, basically. That's a neat idea. And you can maybe have that argument that maybe Ymir is the real like problem here. But still, like, let's just remove Ymir from this instance regardless and say, okay, Aaron has free will. Aaron is doing the rumbling. one, he didn't need to do total genocide because that's killing 2 billion people, or at the least 1.6 billion people, all for the sake of this small conflict. Now, he could have easily done the exact opposite and just used it as a deterrent the entire time. Like, all he had to do was just leave all of the Colossal Titans around the island or somewhere around it and say, stay away, don't fuck with us, we'll stay here on our island. We didn't even know the Western world existed up until recently. So, there
was a problem with that, in that the use of the Founding Titan requires a Titan shifter of royal blood, which Eren is not. That's the reason why he and Zeke had to be so close, despite him not really believing in Zeke's stuff. It's the reason why Paradis was the Paradisian government was so shaky with Krista, because they wanted to feed Zeke to her and have her become a Titan shifter. But Eren didn't want that because he wanted his friend to have her freedom. So with Zeke having, like, as stated in, like, the Marley arc, as he stated, to have, like, a lifespan of, like, 1 year left, that solution he came up with, it could only really exist for, like, 1 year. And that's even if, like, you consider Zeke just not wanting to go out with his eugenics plan for the rest of his foreseeable life. There was, like, the circumstances line up to where I honestly believe the only two options that there were for the rumbling to not happen and everyone on Paradis gets fucking genocided, or the rumbling happen and the rest of the world gets genocided. Those were the only two real options at that point, because that was the only two ways it could have gone.
The only two ways?
Yes, because you had the rumbling, the main mechanic that everyone is fucking banking around, is controlled by two people, Eren Yeager and Zeke Yeager. And Zeke had his own plan and Eren had his own plan. And they only had so much fucking time, especially when you consider the fucking invasion of Paradis that was happening at the time that those two made contact. They had to make a fucking split-second decision, and both of them disagreed. And in the end, Eren won out. What did you think he was going to do? He did what he fucking did, the rumbling, because that was the only real option that he had available to him.
That was not the good option, though.
What was the good option then? The partial rumbling that isn't guaranteed to work?
No rumbling.
All the rumbling.
Then everyone on Paradis dies. Because if they
don't
don't
have
do the
to.
rumbling,
You can use
then
a
they're gonna get
deterrent.
fucking wiped out.
The rumbling is a nuclear bomb.
What deterrent?
It is a nuclear bomb. It is a deterrent. You come stomp on us, we will
Because it
stomp on
worked
you.
so well to prevent the invasion of Paradis in the first place.
They didn't even...
Like, even before the, like, events of the story, for 100 years, they knew that the King of the Walls had the rumbling in his back pocket, and yet they still went on and invaded.
Oh, well, that's been very insightful in Attack on Titan. It's 2:13 a.m. here, so I think I'm gonna have to dip here. If you guys want to still do it, I'd be glad. But before I go,
Oh, yeah,
I
that's...
just want to show. Yeah, if you guys want to keep doing it, I'm just gonna go to bed and leave my pearl of wisdom here. So maybe Lone can show it, but I really gotta go to bed. I'm
Alright, go to
sleepy
bed,
as
go
hell.
to bed. This thing ain't gonna last that long. We're gonna be, like, that's fine. This is a good... This, by the way, is a good... That's how you do, like, this is good, like, nerd discussion. I miss shit like this.
Yeah, we need more of this. Still, I leave you with this deep thoughts.
With Girl...
With Gul Dukat.
Ah,
I
yeah,
can
Star
picture
Trek.
in my mind a world without war. A world without hate. And I can picture us attacking that world because they'd never expect it. I love this character.
Oh, yeah.
I really like Deep Space Nine.
Deep
It's
Space
turned out
Nine
to
is
be
legit. Like...
peak Star Trek. peak.
Yeah.
I also started watching the first season of The Next Generation, and goddamn, it's boring.
Well, it takes a while to get going. Just go to bed, Alex. Just go. It takes a while for it to get good. Go to bed. We could talk about Star Trek next time, hopefully.
Yeah, of course. Talk to you another time, Lone. See you, Vincent. Good night, Marmar.
Good night.
See y'all.
God damn it. Oh man.
The rumbling is not the rumbling does not work as a deterrent. It works as a weapon because it was a deterrent for about 100 years, and then they decide to invade anyways. And when they had the means to do the deterrent, they just decided to do a full-scale invasion to prevent that from happening.
Mm.
So what you're saying is the rumbling is surpasses gear.
A weapon. Just past Metal Gear. Gosh, I'm getting serious deja vu here. Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to elaborate on that rewrite, dude, because, man, I get your point. But, like, that is some serious only see the worst of fucking humanity level shit right there. But I get it.
Or should I only see the worst of humanity? Because the humanity that's right next door to Paradise is fucking Marley. Do you remember the Marley arc?
Yes. I remember the arc. I watched the show and I've read the manga. But
Attack on Titan's ending, the one we got, it was a very tragic ending that bitched out. I think it shouldn't have bitched out.
that's a weird way of looking at it. I don't know. I think like FMA and others like did the whole cycle thing better though, where it's like that where Edward actually proves everybody wrong though. And I still stand by that. But whatever. But I think that's a good image right there to put. Just Paul Atreides and Eren Yeager right there. Go ahead.
Let me just say this. Genocide, controversial opinion here, but genocide is an evil action. But in Attack on Titan, when it came to the time where Eren had the ability to do the rumbling, that was literally the only thing he could have done to protect Paradise.
Like that's how he envisions it though. I'm gonna close it, don't worry, Vincent, but like that's how he envisions it. That doesn't mean he's right, doesn't like what do you suggest the other characters do? What do you suggest Mikasa, John, Carney, like all of them just stand by and watch while innocent people die?
I don't know what they should do. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking begrudge them for being against the rumbling, but I don't think they're right for opposing it. It's like what Eren was like in the manga. He said, or in the anime, he said, I'm going to do this, but if you want to stop me, I'm not really going to stop you because you have your own free will. It's like Hanji's my favorite character in the show. I love her to bits. I disagree with her and think that the rumbling was really the only thing that was viable for parody, but I'm not going to fucking look down on her for being against it.
Man, that's fucked up.
Hey, when the world makes it, you are the world. You better damn believe it's going to be the world.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah. It's like, don't kill the world, change it. Like, fucking hell. Do it.
Yeah, I did change the world. I made it into a fucking doormat.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I guess I'll close. I guess we're ending. Guess we'll end right there. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm actually proud of it. Like that's the image I kind of should have let up on. Though I had to rush to make that little collage between Aaron and Paul, like two sides of the same coin, kind of sorta. Technically, it should be Aaron and Leto the second, but I bet people in chat will be weirded out by the worm dude. But the worm. But yeah, that's that's out.
Sorry.
Gesundheit. I guess that'll DDP 1222 ends. That's how it ends. Weird discussion on Attack on Titan.
There's so much for closing words. Closing words is autistic.
Gemini says whichever option leads to John clapping Mikas's cheeks is the correct one. So I just wanted to point that comment out.
I guess. All right. Goodbye, chat.